And we welcome you to today's interleague battle between the San Diego Padres and the Toronto Blue Jays. Here's your starting lineup for the home team, the Blue Jays. At shortstop, batting first, Bo Bichette. At first base, batting second, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. At designated hitter, batting third, Dolan Varsho. At third base, batting fourth, Addison Barger. At second base, batting fifth, Ernie Clement. At right field, batting sixth, Nathan Lucas. At left field, batting seventh, Jonathan Clase. At center field, batting eighth, Miles Straw. At catcher, batting ninth, Tyler Heineman. And pitching today for the Toronto Blue Jays, it is the right-hander, Bowden Francis. Your starting lineup for the Toronto Blue Jays. And on that note, folks, we welcome you to today's game between the Blue Jays and the Padres. Appreciate all you guys tuning in on this Thursday afternoon. My name is Jarrier9. Happy lunch hour to all you guys on the East Coast. If you're on the West Coast, get up with me. Appreciate you guys a ton. If you've never been to a JG9 live stream before, how it works is like this. Fire away with the chat with any questions you might have. I'll be happy to answer anything and everything. Any donation, I get to your question right away. Otherwise, I just go in the order that I see them. Vote in that poll. Who do you think wins this game, the Padres or the Blue Jays? If you are a member, you can show your support for either one of these teams using the emojis in the chat. We do have the emojis for the Padres and the Blue Jays. We have a new video dropping in between the games that we are calling today. I couldn't find an Ursay story to do, so we're... maybe I can find one later today, but I dug high and low for like 90 minutes yesterday. Couldn't find anything unique or something that would be like story worthy that no one's talked about before. So we're only going to get one upload out today, but appreciate all you guys tuning in for this one. Francis on the bump here for the Jays. Last time out, the Blue Jays, well, they dominated. I think that's fair to say. The Blue Jays destroying the Padres last time to the point where a position player was pitching. That's how bad it got. The Padres have not played well this series. They've not scored a run this series. They've outscored 17-0 over the course of this series. In the final game of the three-game series between the teams, we'll see what happens here. Tatis leading off here for the Pods. Appreciate all you guys tuning in. And what a game between the Pacers and the Knicks last night. You are not kidding, Doug. You are not kidding on that one. Man. Pacers are the greatest comeback team I've ever seen in my life. The Pacers are the greatest comeback team ever. It doesn't make any sense. Pacers, not really before Reggie Miller. Before Reggie Miller, they were not great. Yeah, Knicks fans are very salty after a loss. I mean, they had it. 17-point lead with 4 minutes to go. How do you blow that? How do you blow that lead? Rockets are on pace to win 26 games this season, which is how many they won in COVID when they played 60 games. That's impressive. Swing to miss, and we are underway here. Francis again on the bump here for the Jays. Last time out, did not have the best of outings. Went 4 2/3, allowed 8 hits, 4 earned runs in that 5-4 loss against the Tigers. Francis not having the best of outings as of late. Over his last 4, he's got an ERA hovering around 9. 2-1 the count here. And Bowden Francis, we're going to bounce back after that last game against Detroit. We got him a swing there. 2-2. Tatis struggling the series, just 1 for 8 for the 2-time All-Star. Yeah, the playoffs so far has been incredible. This NBA playoffs, this has been the best I can remember. This is the best playoffs I can remember in quite some time. 2-2. That one right down the middle, called strike 3. Tatis just 1 for 9 this series. Leadoff strikeout to start. How's it going? Isaac, how's it going? Dexy, appreciate you tuning in. Tatis strikes out. Looking on that one. Again, Padres have not scored a run this series. Yeah, like the whole state. Yeah, the whole state of Indiana sports. Yeah. It is a crazy time right now. It's a crazy, crazy time in Indiana sports. Arise up to bat now for the Padres with nobody on. He has been red hot as of late. He's got a .355 batting average over his last 8 games, running an 8-game hitting streak. 1-0 the count. You're not wrong there. You're not wrong there. NBA in the 90s was in over a decade. I mean, it put the NBA on the map. That's a blooper to second. It made the NBA what it was. I mean, Michael Jordan was legendary. But I get it if you don't like parody. I get it. That's an easy blooper there. Fielded by Clement. 2 up, 2 down. That's just Manny Machado up to bat. Machado 2 hits last time out, which was good because he was struggling before that. His previous 4 games, dating back to the Mariners series, he was 0 for 15. Just 2 for his last 17. Did not offer there. 1-0 the count. Again, any donation of $50 or more, I'll sing any song on that list with a live band tonight. Should be a lot of fun. Should be a lot of fun. Told my wife the Rockets have the worst record through 48 games since 1895. Yep, you did not misspeak. You did not misspeak on that one. Everyone that was alive to witness that is dead. It's been that bad. 2-0 the count. Was last night's comeback better than 8 points in 9 seconds? No. I would say no on that. Swing to miss 2-1. Because I think that was an individual effort. This, like... It was a crazy comeback, but I think 8 points, 9 seconds is just too legendary. Yeah, last one for the Pacers was 2000 against the Lakers. 2-1. That one popped up into shallow left center. Easily playable out there for Straw. 3 up, 3 down. Good start for Francis. Needed it after a really rough outing last time. Padres go down in order. We go bottom 1. No score. Again, appreciate all you guys tuning in. If you like what you see, folks, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. It really does help us out a ton on the channel. Bill's doing training camp. Hard Knocks would be how they get a cook deal done, because if he acts out, all 31 teams see it. Well, I don't know about that. I mean, I think everyone knows the situation at this point. Everyone knows the ins and outs. Everyone knows, okay, he's a running back. They don't have a long time to play. He wants money. White Sox after 48 games last year. I think that double. I think it was double the games. Yeah, Naismith got on fire late. He was phenomenal at the very end. And then Halliburton with a game winner, with a game tire, I should say, off the back of the rim. I mean, that was just nuts. Absolutely nuts, that game. Kolek pitching today for the Padres. It's 2-1 this season. Last time out against the Mariners. Allowed 5 runs. He's had a mixed bag this year. Obviously, first 2 outings didn't allow a single run. Went complete game shutout. 5-hit shutout against the Rockies. Last time out against the Mariners, not so much. Yeah, great start by Bowden. Great start by Bowden to start. Needed it for sure. Absolutely needed it for sure. After how bad he's been this month. First inning's usually good, though, for Bowden. I will say, first inning usually good. Opposing batting average in the first inning, just 167. He's only allowed 5 hits in 10 first innings this year. The second inning where things kind of go off the rails and beyond. But first inning usually starts off all right. Right, we had 14-0 last time, 3-0 the previous time. It's a 17-0 on aggregate this series. Yeah, big or smaller teams, absolutely on that. Sometimes very looking good. Amen to that. Amen to that. Yeah, I'm glad Padres went back to the brown and yellow. It's just a more iconic look. It's a more unique look, too. It's a more unique look. All right, so Kolek on the bump here. Bichette leading off. 2 for 6 last game. Bichette playing pretty good baseball as of late. 1-0 the count. This is a guy who, over his last 11 games, getting on base 40% of the time. 1-0 pitch. Chop to second. Should be an easy 4-3 out, and it will be. So Bichette goes down on 2 pitches. Elson Vlad up to bat. Yeah, it was left when Halliburton had the choke just right. I thought they won the game. Yeah. Foot on the line, baby. Yeah, Rays game 1-2 with painful watch. Yep. Yep. Yeah, Cabanero's been good this year. Cabanero's been sharp. Very quietly. Vlad's got a 3-game hitting streak. 1 for 5 last game. First pitch misses. 1-0 the count. Vlad having a phenomenal month of May. Getting on base 43% of the time, hitting .318 this month. I'll swing and miss there. 1-1 the count. Yeah, we did the Blue Jays-Rays game last time out. We did the Blue Jays-Rays game last Thursday. How's it going, hey Pizzle? Welcome in, baby. Welcome in. 1-1. That one chopped. 1-2. Yeah, Thunder just look defensively. They look like a better team. The Thunder look defensively legit. Yeah, no lead is safe. Except if you're Thunder Nuggets at the half. Thunder Nuggets at the half game, too. That was pretty safe. You know, Vlad's doing well. Vlad is doing very well as of late. Just signed that contract a few weeks ago. 2-2 the count. That pitch missed upstairs. Appreciate you tuning in, Blue Jays. Appreciate you tuning in for this one. So no base runners for either side in this one. Yeah, month of May has been great for him. He's got a hit in 3 straight games. He's got a hit in 8 of his last 9. Won't get one there, though. Strikes out. Why do we love the 2016 playoffs so much? Because we have multiple 3-1 chokes. Multiple 3-1 blown leads. Because 2016 Game 7 is one of the greatest games ever played. Varsho coming up. Had a hit last time out. We're starting the season off pretty cold with the bat. Since May 8th, he's... I think just 217, but... he does have a hit in 6 of his last 7 games, but he's behind 0-2 here, so he fouls that one off. 7 home runs this year. He's coming back from the IL. Had 4 RBI yesterday with that grand slam. 0-2 the count. Fouls that one off. Yep, 7 home runs since April 30th. Acquired in that D-backs trade with Gurriel and Moreno. And that pitch, ooh, that was... You can read lips there. It was like, you sure? Varsho was like, you sure on that one? That looked low and outside, but calls it strike 3. Oh, okay. That looked pretty low to me. A good framing job by Diaz, I guess. That... we're going to call that strike 3. It looked low, but back-to-back strikeouts and still no base runners for either side. We go top second, no score. You know, no, defense is phenomenal. Look, I'm a D-backs fan, so I know Varsho pretty well. He defensively, he is fun to watch. How's it going, NJ Carvin from the Farmers Market on this Thursday? Nice. Any team is in the playoffs and never been into the playoffs this much. My team not involved. Yeah, I mean, as a Wizards fan, you're never really into the playoffs. Anyway, so... it's like me with the Jaguars. It's like, okay. Like, all right, we go top 2. Still no score, no base runners for either side. Again, Francis very good the first inning, but second inning, that's where things have fallen apart this year. A .333 batting average allowed, a 7 ERA, a 1.111 OPS. It's really bad for a pitcher. So we'll see if he settles into this game. There were some rough outings this month. In terms of home runs, I've been surprised. Because Varsho was never known for the bat. Varsho was always, okay, you have good defense. But he was never known for his bat. Never known for his bat. Louisville signs Andrew Brandt as their advisor at the flex market. That's a good move. Brandt knows what he's doing. Brandt is really, really good. Follow him on Twitter, too. He's a smart guy. A very smart guy. I like Brandt a lot. He's a good follow. He's a really good follow. I like Brandt a lot. Super duper smart, too. Yeah, 2025, it's definitely been a struggle. Especially this month. ERA this month around 9. How many steps beyond was Madness singing about? Oh, I don't know any Madness songs besides Our House. Up the middle, that's a base hit for Merrill, so leadoff man gets on board. And Jackson Merrill, just 1 for his last 11 before, provides the first base runner of the game. I'll send Gavin Sheets up to bat in the 5 spot. I do not know. I'm guessing 2? I'm going to guess 2 steps beyond. Sheets 1 for 7 this series, just 1 for his last 11. Over his last 3 games. Swinging first pitch, deep right field, that's got a chance, backing up at the wall. Sheets first pitch swinging, that's gone. 2 pitches this inning results in 2 runs. And Gavin Sheets with his 7th home run of the season. His first of this series. And just like I was talking about with Francis, first inning's been okay, but second inning, not so much. The Padres get their first runs of this series as Gavin Sheets takes into deep right. 2 pitches by Francis that inning, and it results in 2 runs. 2-0 Friars. How's it going, Kyle? Welcome to the chat. How's it going, Joe? Welcome in. One step beyond. The Padres have not been hitting well this season in terms of running the score position. Well, they didn't have a running score position there, but they did hit well there. 1-0 count. Spurs and Thunder West Conference Finals. I can see that. I can see that. Downstairs for ball 2-0 to Cronenworth. Big time home run there by Sheets. First runs of this series. Cronenworth 0 for 6 this series. Needs to get it going here. He'll check that one foul. 2-1 down the third base line. Yeah, we'll see if there's some fire quarter chance going. We'll see if there are. Cronenworth over his last 4 games, hitting just 1 for 14. You know, Fox, Wemby, Castle, and number 2 pick, yeah, they could be very good. It's been a disaster, yeah. That was not a good pitch. It should be 3-1. Yeah, the count on the sports net scoreboard was off, because I was going to say that was definitely fell off. We know we want the Padres to lose out on Los Friends. Oh, yeah, you know it. You know it. 3-1. That one outside, so the first 3 batters get on board. A 5-pitch walk. And it's all falling apart right now for Francis. Again, like I said, second inning of games this season. An OPS entering today of 1.111. Francis cheats the bet again. Nice. Thunder next NBA Dynasty. I mean, they got the capital to do it. They got the draft capital to do it. They got the stars to do it. They could. I'm not sure why Crochet only went 5 1/3 yesterday. Struck out Soto and then I was like, okay, you're done. That was a bit odd. Because he was only like 80-some-odd pitches. He was still firing. Elias Diaz. He's 1 for 3 this series. He'll pop that one foul. His first start of the series was used as a pinch hitter the last 2 times. Yeah, Francis has been struggling all time long. Yep. Drop this game to go below 500 again. Diaz hitting .297 over his last 13 games. He's risen his average considerably since the first 23, where he hit just .207. 0-2. The count. Swing and a miss on the off-speed pitch. Finally, the first out of the inning for Francis. What 977 something did Lil Boo thing say? Well, oh, come on. That's Best of My Love. Come on. That was an easy one. That's an easy one. That's also like playing roulette, but in terms of you don't know what song it's going to be. But it's a better version than Anxiety. I do like that song. The Lil Boo thing. I do like that. I think he even sings Best of My Love in the actual song. 0-1 to count on the break ball to Iglesias. Iglesias, his first start of this series. He has had a rough month. He's had a very rough month. Hitting just 125 this month, just 3 for 24. For starting the year, hitting 278. This month has been a month for again. He's behind 0-2. Maybe Francis is going to go with the bottom of the order here. How's it going, TJ13? Appreciate you, man. Right, really quick, 7 or 8. Yeah, but he didn't even go 6. He didn't even go 6. Yeah, 60s were very boring watching the NBA. That one shot fouled on third base line. Yeah, Rangers 2015. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That was... Whew, that rivalry was insane back in the day. Appreciate you tuning in. 0-2 count. To Iglesias. He will ground the one up the middle. And well, we won't be able to get the tag at second, but they'll get the out at first. Bit of a slow roller. I think it was off the glove of Francis, and that's what prevented it from being a 4-6-3 double play. That extra deflection advances the runner second. Yeah, Pacers, devil magic. That's all you can say. Yeah, it was off Francis's glove. Took a deflection. If it didn't go off the glove, or if he was able to field it cleanly, you might be able to get either a 1-6-3 or a 4-6-3. They will get the 4-3 out. The runner will advance to second. So runner in scoring position with 2 straight outs, and Lockridge coming up in the 9 spot. Trying to extend this lead. Padres 0 for their last 33 with runners in scoring position. 0-1 the count. The 2-run homer, that was with a runner on first, so now it's scoring position. Lockridge hitting .218 this year. Hasn't had hits since May 14th against the Angels. Swing and a miss there on the breaking ball, 0-2. Right, could have been double play and deflected. Yep, it could have been. Absolutely could have been. It was going that way. This is to get 1 out. 0-2. Lockridge, chop foul down the third base line. Sitting started with back-to-back hits. Merrill leadoff single, then Sheets 1 pitch later, 2-run shot to right. Right, over 33, not the home run by Sheets. Yep, runner on first for that one. How's it going, Michael? Blah, blah, Frank, but with you, let's do it. Grubhub, let's go, baby. 0-2 the count. Way upstairs. So look at that one, 1-2. And they get out of this with minimal damage. First time through the order. I mean, 20 times NBA, yeah. Wasn't crazy about it. The 1-2. Outside and upstairs, so from 0-2, it's back to 2-2. That one swing and a miss down the middle. 3 straight outs. Blows by him on the fastball. The Padres leave another runner in scoring position. It's been a struggle for them a lot as of late. We go bottom 2. Padres do have a 2-0 lead, though. After the 2-run shot by Sheets. Again, appreciate all you guys tuning in. If you like my stealing, subscribe, channel ton. Oh, Carlisle's a Hall of Famer. Yes, Carlisle will make the Hall of Fame, easily. Make the finals, he's in the Hall of Fame. Becker's only 22 points in both their games against the Lynx combined. Wow. Some rookie struggles. I mean, Clark had some rookie struggles, too, to start off her season. Then she got it going. I'm not worried about Beckers. I'm not worried about Beckers at all. You know, any donation, get your question right away. If you are a member, you get a lot of cool perks for being a member. But one of the perks that you do get, besides members-only Q&A streams, and by the way, the next one is going to be May 27th. May 27th, members-only Q&A stream. But one of the perks that you do get is you get to use emojis in the chat. We do the emojis for the Jays and the Padres today. You can do to show your support for either one of these teams. You get your name in green. You get a lot of cool perks for being a member. Any donation also counts when you make the call. So you can help me decide which game we're calling on May 24th. Saturday night. What game are we calling? Mets, Dodgers, Blue Jays, Rays, or Guards, Tigers? Which game are we going to call on May 24th? You're going to help me decide which game we're doing. Okay, let's mark my calendar. Let's go, baby. Let's go. You're going to help me decide which game we call. Every donation counts toward that. So if you put down $10, $10 goes toward one of those games. Whatever gives the highest donation total is the game that we're going to do. So you have until tomorrow to decide which game we're doing. That's why we're doing Guards, Tigers tonight. Barger, Clement, Lucas. 4, 5, 6 hitters. As Kolik's got some run support here. Barger's had a solid series, 3 for 8 thus far this series. If our Mike Schill, I would not be happy. I would not be happy right now. First pitch, misses outside. Good take by Barger, 1-0 the count. Barger hitting .333 over his last 6 games. Hitting .317 over his last 11. Been very consistent as of late. That one up the middle for a base hit. Up the middle for Barger. So just like the Padres got the leadoff man on in the top of the second, the Blue Jays get the leadoff man on here. Barger up the middle. He's got a hit in every game this series. Hot streak continues. Again, before this 11-game hot streak of his, or now 12 games, I guess. He was hitting just 171, but he's now got a hit in 5 of his last 7 games. He's got a hit every game in the series. So leadoff man on board. Clement coming up. Yeah, the runners in score position, they got to address it. I'm doing well, right, Keller? Appreciate tuning in. Appreciate tuning in. Got some early morning baseball on the West Coast. Can't hate it. Clement, first pitch swinging into right center field. Back by the track, though, making the play is Tatis for the first out of the inning. So no issue there on that flyout. Yeah, he's been very hot as of late. Let's see what Lucas can do with 1 out. Lucas, what a game he had yesterday. 3 for 4 with a homer and 2 RBI. Needed that because his previous 4 games he had no hits. Previous 4 games he was 0 for 12, but 3 for 4, had 6 bases yesterday. What happened to the A's? Yeah, I don't know. AL West is just one of those. Does anyone want to win that division right now? Pitch misses low and inside. 1-0 the count. You being similar to Cal Raleigh against Toronto? Yeah, you could. You could definitely do that. Red Sox. Well, I'm not sure they can postpone it. Because that's the final game of the series. Oh, wait, no. Wait, hang on. Wait, 1 more the count. No, wait, hang on. No, they'll postpone it. No, yeah, Mets Red Sox is not tonight. Yeah. It's a different series. Yeah, they'll probably postpone and do doubleheader Friday. Yeah, Lucas was struggling tremendously. Oh my god. He was 0 for 12. But 3 for 4 yesterday. 1-1. Watches that one low and outside. 2-1 the count. Right, yeah. If there's an Nor'easter, you're not playing tonight. Against the Orioles, just play tomorrow. Or do a doubleheader a different day. Saturday, Sunday, or something. You don't need to get the game in. It's game 1 of the series. 2-2 the count. Is Guards... What's the weather for Guards Tigers? There's no issue there, right? 20% chance of rain. We should be okay. Should be okay there. So we're doing that game. 2-2 the count. That one inside. And works it full. Lucas this season on a full count. Getting on base 41% of the time. And he'll get on base again. So Blue Jays send 2 of the first 3 on board. Lucas with a walk on a full count. Good eye there. JC coming out with a runner in scoring position. The tying run is on board. Jonathan Clase. This will be just his second at-bat of the series. Clase not having the best of seasons so far. Hitting just 160, a 192 OBP, but chance here with 2 on. What colored shirt? Oh, I don't know. Was it green? What about some match with pitchers? Yep, absolutely. Yeah, Liam Hendricks, yeah, that's insane. I saw that with the death threats. That's awful. Clase, that's going to fall into left field. Shallow left for a base hit. I don't think it's going to be deep enough to send the runner. It's not going to be. Bases will be loaded, though. Oh, Halliburton's way better right now than Fox. Oh, it's not even close. Halliburton's better than Fox. It's not even close. Clase with a base hit there. He's 2 for 2 this series. He's got a hit in 3 straight games. And Ellison Straw up to bat with the bases loaded. You know, Coastal Flood Advisor, yeah, they ain't playing. They ain't playing today. Especially seeing as you play the Orioles Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you can easily get those games in. Straw in his career with the bases loaded, hitting 195. No grand slams in his career. A 271 on base percentage. That's it with the bases loaded. So not great in this spot normally. Straw, his first at-bat of this series. Has not a hit since May 16th against the Tigers. He's got him full here. Yeah, rain and 49 degrees. Yeah, they're not playing. Especially because you play Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You don't need to get the thing in. You don't need to get the thing in. Abdul Carr just signed his rookie contract with the Giants. That just got announced. The base is full here. Kolek in a jam. First pitch just a bit low. 1-0 the count. Right now, exactly starts the drink and bases loaded. Yep. Not wrong there. May showers bring June flowers. Yep. At least Arizona, you don't get rain. Arizona, you don't get rain. You know it's going to be sunny every day. 1-0 to Straw. He'll chop that one foul. 1-1 the count. The next man up is Heineman. So it's going to be a bottom of the order rally here potentially for the Blue Jays. Go ahead run is on board. Tying runs in scoring position. You're just going to get out of the infield. Just going to get out of the infield here if you're Straw. Just need to get out of the infield. The 1-1. That one grounder. Oh, that's a 6-4-3. Straw, his struggles in the score with the bases loaded continue. As Kolek gets out of the jam. The Blue Jays, normally good as of late with runners in scoring position. Can't do anything there. We go top 3. 2-0 the score. Straw, it's a 6-4-3. It's a weak double play. The Padres escape that inning. The most routine 6-4-3 you'll see in your life. All right, back to the top of the order for the Padres. We go Tatis, Arraez, Machado. The 1-2-3 again. If you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe, helps the channel not stressing over sucking. Get any donation, get to question right away. Otherwise, I just go in the order they see. We have a new video dropping later today. Again, anyone who donates $50 by themselves, you see that song list. I will do any song on that list tonight at karaoke with a live band, and I will post it on my Twitter feed for all you guys to see. Just stretch on the back. Sometimes when you don't like that, it's just back needs to stretch, but we are good. And Blue Jays looking for the sweep here this series. Padres got their first 2 runs of the series after the 2-run shot by Sheets in the second inning. See what Francis can do here the second time through the order. First time through, second time through, it's pretty much the same. Almost identical numbers. Almost identical numbers. First time through, opposing batting average 263, on-base percentage of 309. Second time through, opposing batting average of 268. Opposing on-base percentage of 313. So no real difference. No real difference there. The highest rainfall ever was 3.3 inches on September 8th, 2014. Wow. That's a lot of rain for Phoenix. The number 1 song that day. Ooh. September 8th, 2014. Number 1 song that day. So my senior year of high school. It wasn't fancy. It wasn't rude. It wasn't still rude. Let's go to Hip Club. Appreciate you tuning in. No, Roar was 2013. Roar was 2013. 1-0 the count. It wasn't fancy. Downstairs, 2-0 the count. Tatis. Wasn't fancy. It wasn't rude. Oh, man. In there for a strike 2 on the count. Yep, public at the top of the battery. Yep, can't let the leadoff man on. Last time he let the leadoff man on, and everything went apart. Everything fell apart after that. All about that base. We're going to go all about the base. We're going to say all about that base on that one. Downstairs 3-1. Because that was huge around that time. I'm going all about that base. Locking it in. Final answer. Final nickel for every time the Eagles beat the Packers 22-10 in 2025. I have 2 nickels. They won the vote. 3-1. Fouled off. Full count off the catcher mask. So it's Tatis. Just 1 for 9 this series. this year on a full count. Tatis getting on 47% of the time. It would shake it off. Oh, man. How close was I about that base? How close was I about that base? I couldn't have been that far off. I could not have been that far off with all about that base. Iconic song, too. 3-2. That one fouled off again, so Tatis stays alive. Pitch number 7 of the at-bat. And Tatis, Arise, Machado. Batting 1, 2, 3. They were retired in order the first inning. It could not have been that far. No, Royals was 2013. I knew it wasn't Royals. That was late 2013. Full count. Outside. Oh, 12 days later? Oh, man. Way outside there, and Tatis does not offer. And for the second straight inning, the Pods get the leadoff man on. Fight on a Louisville school between parents? Why? Oh, my God. Why? That's insane. You Katy Perry's Roussel was panned by critics. Well, I think part of it, too, is just the antics by Katy Perry. You can't have a song called Women's World as your leadoff single and have Dr. Luke produce it. It's like the most you can't write a women's anthem and have Dr. Luke produce it. Like, that didn't help at all. Arise, first pitch breaking ball in there for a called strike. Arise, again, he is riding an 8-game hitting streak. Hitting .354 over his last 11 games. 1-1 the count. Get pulled in 4th or 5th. Well, right now he's on 40 pitches. Right now he's on 40. You figure, just based on recent history, you figure he's going to go 90. Fouled off, 1-2. So you figure right now he'd be in line for about, I would say, 5 1/3. I can't believe Xander if I lose today. Nope, he is not in the lineup. Not in the lineup today. 1-2 count to Arise. That one chopped. Foul. Put Fluharty in. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Obviously, you want him to go as long as possible. You don't want to deplete the pen. Especially if you have to play tomorrow. But Francis' last 5 outings has only gone 5 innings in 1 of them. That's it. Fouled off again. Good job by Arise battling. So we're at 43 pitches, just 6 outs recorded. Usually you want about 15 pitches per 3 outs. Usually you want 5 pitches per out. That's usually a good rule of thumb. And safe to say Francis is way over that right now. NBA waited until now to announce MVP to avoid riots in Denver if they announced it during Thunder Nuggets? Yes. As they announced everything very quickly before that. In the dirt, 2-2. Tatis will get back in there safely. Thought he had a chance to take second there on the pitch in the dirt, but good block there by Heineman. Not going to happen. Yeah, I think they didn't want a repeat of... They didn't want it impacting anything. Because they announced all the other awards very quickly after the season was done. They're like, let's wait. Let's wait on MVP just to make sure. 2-2. Arise, grounder, 4, 6. Should get 3. Will get 3. Good job there by Francis. A long at-bat, but he's able to turn 2. And Arise grounds into a double play. The 3rd time he's ground into one this season. And Arise not exactly the fastest guy in the world, so as soon as you saw the ground ball, you knew the clean transfer and everything was going to be 2, and it was. Base is empty for Machado now. I will say, Francis doing a good job at the top of the order so far. He's faced the minimum 1, 2, 3. So facing the minimum. The first, the second, and the third. It's a 5 times, gone 5 outs. Machado 0 for 1 today. Machado 2 for 4 last game, but he's just 2 for his last 20. And he's behind 0-2 here. Can Machado break out of his cold slump? Was hitting 340 before these last 5 games. Including today, last 6. So 340 hitter going into the Angel, or after the Angel series. Since then, a 100 hitter. Right, it's usually announced much sooner. Yeah. The 0-2. Swing and miss downstairs. Machado just 2 for his last 21. He strikes out. Francis, his 4th strikeout of the game. Faces the minimum that inning. Easy work there for Francis with the top of the order. We go bottom 3. Remains a 2-0 ball game. Yeah, you were right on that one. You were right on that one. Machado struggling his way again. A 340 hitter after the Angels series. Ooh, I'm going to guess the Yankees. I have no idea, though. I have no idea. Again, appreciate all you guys doing. If you like what we see, folks, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Helps the channel. Tell me we got a new video dropping today. In between the games. Yeah, Manny's on a slump lately. He is very much on a slump lately. Berlon says he got cut off by Bo Nix in traffic. Both felt bad, so he gave him $20. Oh, my God. That's incredible. That is incredible. All right, so 9-1-2 hitter is coming up here. Heineman, his first game of this series. And for his first hit since May 13th. Is this game a rain delay? No, there's a roof. Router Center has a roof. So this one's not in any trouble. Timberwolves lack of scoring during this playoff runs, like Ant's quote has been score 40 or lose. They have no consistent third scorer. Yep, they need to get that. Definitely need to get that. Yeah, Manny, yep. Manny not a leader. First pitch, outside, 1-0 the count. Saw Sal from Practical Jokers when we were driving the Parkway 4 years ago. Nice. You know, I've never, like, driven with, like, seen a celebrity driving or anything like that. 2-0 the count. Water's down for a strike, 2-1. Hyman hitting .390 since the start of April. The .409 on base percentage in that. Then what's on the day the Padres won the World Series? Error 404. 2-1 on the outside corner, so from 2-0 goes to 2-2. First time through the order. Kolek opposing batting after 250. It actually drops to 192 the second time through. So this is a guy that sells into the game very nicely. I think the Rockies won their division. 3-2. That's a grounder. Past the second baseman for a base hit. Cronenworth tries to dive for that one, but can't get there. And for the second straight inning, the leadoff man gets on board. Since April now, Heineman 17 for 42, hitting .404 since the start of April. And back to the top of the order we go for Bichette. Appreciate all you guys tuning in. Bichette, 0 for 1 last time, had 2 hits last game against the Pods, and he'll go to the same exact spot that Hyman went to, base hit. Runners on first and second. First pitch swinging that time. Harden, I'm not sure if his contract's up soon. It has to be, right? He's getting up there. Now back-to-back base runners on board. Allison Vlad up to bat. Bichette's got 3 hits this series now. Vlad struck out in the first. Golick, bases were loaded in the second and got out of it with a double play. And another gem here. First pitch, Vlad swings, pops it, fair play, and calling everyone off is the right fielder Tatis for the first out. Walk around? No. Why'd you walk around? No. Why'd you walk around with and send the... First base isn't open. No. There's no way. No, you don't do it. You don't do it. Kawhi retires. I'm going to say fiction. I'm going to say fiction on that one. But he's got to be close with all the injuries. Varsho coming up. He's 0 for 1 today. He struck out in the first. One of 2 strikeout victims by Golick in that first inning. First pitch on the outside part of the zone. First strike, 0-1. That's our $500 million guy right there. There you go. Varsho struck out last time on a pitch that was low and outside, and it was a bizarre strike call. He'll chop that one to first. It's misplayed, though. Could have been a double play. Instead, it's misplayed, and it goes off the glove, and that's going to send in a run. Varsho hustles its way into second. Runners in scoring position now, and the Blue Jays cut it to a 2-1 game. That will go down as an error. That will absolutely be an error. Easily could have been a double play, but it goes off the glove of the first baseman. Off Sheets' glove. That should be E3. And nice hustle there by Varsho. That deflection slowed the ball down too as it went into the outfield. An easy run scores in second and third, and Varsho slide into second. Great hustle there. First pitch, 1-0. Barger 1 for 1 today. We'll see if they pitch to him here with first base open. He's got a hit in every game in this series. He's 4 for 9. The course of the series. 1-1 the count as he looks at that one for a strike. You know why I should go for that? That's a good question, because the second baseman was right there. Cronenworth was right there. Barger into left center. That's going to be a base hit. 1 run will score. Will they send the second? They will not. Smartly holds at third. But Barger, an RBI single. Back-to-back games out for him with an RBI. And just like that, from 2-0, it's now a tie game. I think they'll try. I think the Rapids will definitely try. Good bounce back here by the Jays. They keep the line moving, and Clement coming up with runners on the corners. Back to work this week for being on 6 weeks paternity leave. Enjoy my time up already. Get back. Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. That's a long time to be off. That's a long time. Now Clement coming up. It's funny. Golick this season and not allowed a hit in the third inning. He allowed no hits in the third inning this season. He's allowed 3 already. Plus the error. And actually, I am mistaken. For some reason, I cannot believe this. They actually gave Varsho a hit for that. So they actually... Wait. No, wait. They didn't give Varsho a hit, but they didn't rule an error. They did not rule in an error. I think they're going to say fielder's choice. But they didn't give him a hit, but they didn't rule an error on Sheets. I don't know why. I don't know why they didn't rule an error, but... I think they're going to say it would have been a fielder's choice. But no error on that play, but also no hit So it will be an earned run given up by Kolek. 0-1 the count. So both these runs are earned, amazingly enough. It's an interesting scoring jurisdiction on that one. 0-1 to Clement. Inside 1-1 the count. As the Yankees lead 1-0 on the Rangers. You know, I'm with you. That was an error. That was an error. It went off his glove. But they don't rule it an error. I don't know why. 1-1. Clement fouls it off down the right field line. 1-2 the count. If you like what you see, folks, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Helps out on the channel. You know, that was absolutely... Yeah, you know it too because you play first. Yeah. That's not its ball. It goes off his glove. Yeah, that's an error. Clement, weak chopper. It's not going to be enough to get the runner in. The runner from first will advance to second. So 2 in scoring position, but 2 out. It's basically the same as a bunt. But it was not designed like that. Lucas coming up with 2 out and 2 on. Chance here to give the Jays their first lead of the game. They've scored 2 so far this inning. Lucas walked last time up. 3 for 8 this series. First pitch on the outside for a strike. 0-1. They're giving it to him. They're giving that to everyone. They're giving that out. That off-speed pitch around the bottom part of the zone, bit outside. They're going to give that as a strike. This stump's got a pretty wide strike zone when it comes to that. 0-1. Way upstairs. 1-1. You have to lock in here for your Lucas. Absolutely. Klaus stay in the on-deck circle. If you can keep the line moving here. If you like what you see, folks, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Helps the channel a ton. Yeah, Blue Jays 7, Padres 3. We'll see on that. 1-1. That one, grounder to second, and this time making the play is Cronenworth. He'll throw it. 2 sheets for the third out, so the Blue Jays leave 2 on. Leave some guys on just like last inning, but they do get 2. They tie it up. There was a very similar spot to where Heineman and Bichette had their base hits, but that time the shift was on. Cronenworth read it perfectly. Third away through this one. 2-2 the score. So Lucas leaves 2 on. And if you like what you see, folks, just make sure you hit that like button, subscribe. We have a new video dropping today. We're going back to the 70s for this one. I think you guys are going to like it. Going back to the 49ers back in the 1970s. Would be a walk-off. That would be crazy. That would be a crazy, crazy, crazy game. We've called a couple walk-offs. Not a lot. We've called a couple of them. We don't know the cause yet of Irsay's death. I haven't seen anything yet. Not seen anything yet on that. Oh, yeah, I saw the next game. Oh, yeah, that was insane. 17 more lead with 4 minutes left. Naismith goes off. Halliburton, the 3 off the back of the rim. I mean, man. Right, we died to sleep, which that's the best way to go out. If you're going to go out, that's the best way. Peacefully in your sleep. That is by far the best way to go out. It's scary going out like that. In terms of just say that you could fall asleep and never wake up. But that's by far the best way to go out. Not that I'm happy Irsay died by any means, but if you are going to go out, that is the best way to go out. There's actually 2, yes. Yep. Yeah, the foot on the line. Yep. It was like the KD play. It was like the KD play with the Nets Bucks game. First pitch in there for a called strike to Merrill. Merrill had a leadoff single in the second inning. It's where everything kind of imploded for Francis. But he battled back nicely in the third. Was that one upstairs? 1-1 the count. Yes, let's see what cheer for the Pacers. I did see that. I did see that. You know, I knew he wasn't in the best of health. I knew Ursa wasn't best of health, but it was a sudden death. It was very sudden. 2-1 misses downstairs. The pitch. That ball, grounder up the middle. That's a base hit. It goes off the pitcher's mound, takes a weird bounce, and trying to dive for that ball is Bichette, but unable to get there. So Merrill, 2 hits for him this game already. He's got 5 hits this series. He does not want this series to end. I can tell you that much. It's 5 for 9 in Toronto. Or excuse me. Wait. I'm looking at the wrong guy. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong guy. His second hit of the game. His third hit of the series. That makes more sense. Third hit of the series. I was looking at the wrong guy. 3 for 10 this series. He's still playing pretty well this series. But I was looking at the wrong guy. My apologies on that one. My apologies. Sheets up to bat. We know what he did last time. Hit the home run to right field with Merrill on board. He's ahead 1-0 here. So now 3 straight innings of Pazzi on the leadoff man on board. Yeah, I think Carly Ursi is going to take over the team. I think that's what it's going to be. Overprepared yet? Pretty much. Sometimes that happens. You just look at the wrong thing. I'm like, oh yeah, that doesn't sound right. Yeah, I think they're gonna take over the Colts. Yes, I think the children take over the Colts. But Carlos gonna be very young for an owner. But then again, Robert Ursa was very young when he took over the team. He was a GM too at like 24. And he was running the day-to-day football operations for the Colts back in the 80s. So I think Robert was preparing the children for that all their lives. Take over the Colts one day. 1-2 the count. So he looks at that fastball in the strike zone. What is that? 1-2-2? Yeah, youngest guys, Jim and Jaguars. Yes, he is. Yep. 34. 34 years old. Our OC's 28. Our head coach is like 38. Youth movement, baby. Youth movement. I love it. I love it. 2-2 the count. That one fouled off down the third base line. Like I said, Francis has not played the best baseball as of late. His last 5 outings, an ERA above 8. You go back to his last 4 outings, an ERA hovering around 9. We're supposed to wait a little bit longer for others. Yeah, you're going to be waiting forever. He said that too. He literally said it a month ago. That we'll wait a little bit longer. Like he's playing like a fiddle. Like he's clearly playing you like a fiddle. Like shame on the Steelers for letting it happen. Shame on Rodgers for doing what he's doing. Like they're both perfect for each other. They're honestly both perfect for each other. He's going to wait till after minicamp. He doesn't want to go through minicamp. That's my guess. 3-2. Chop foul again. Sheets was a quick first pitch home run last time. This one a much more patient, much longer at bat. This season on a full count, he's getting on 37% of the time. There's not a lot of other options. True. Sheets into right field, just foul. That was second deck. That was fair. That was gone. That was only foul by a couple of feet. Merrill went on that pitch as well, so he'll have to retreat back to first. He's got on the last 2 pitches. So I think he's going to be going here regardless. I must be tired at this point. Merrill goes again. Sheets fouls it off again down the first base line. We stay alive. Whew, get back there, Merrill. Get back to first, Merrill. That's how 3 straight pitches Merrill starts to run on, and all of them have been fouled off. This year he runs out 9 Super Bowl Magic. I say that every year. I mean, I think it is going to be the year, but I say that every year, and he always Does it? They have not gotten a hit with runner in score position. No, they have not. Yeah, everyone will go with the Browns for a quarterback. Yep, pretty much. Pretty much. Full count here. We fight again with Sheets. Merrill goes again. Sheets whips it into right. And that's got a chance. Backing up at the wall, making the play. Ripped it into right, and with his back against the wall, only a couple more feet, that was going over. But Lucas makes the play for a loud out number 1. Sheets crushed that one into right, and literally right at the wall. His back was against the wall when he made that grab. It's about as far as you can go without it being a base hit. Now Cronenworth coming up. So for all that, they finally retire Sheets. That's a home run in a lot of ballparks. Yeah, I won't bet against it until they actually go under 500. Yep. I feel the same way. I feel like this has to be... It depends. If they get Rodgers, it won't be the year. If they get Rodgers, they'll go above 500. If they don't, I don't know with what quarterback they're doing it with. With what quarterback, I have no idea. And the mentions in right, a bit funky. A lot of ballparks, that is gone. A lot of ballparks, I think Chase Field, that ball is gone. 1-0. Cronenworth fouls it off. 1-1 the count. Mason Rudolph, the week 1 starter. Fact. I'm going to say fact at this point. Appreciate you guys being here for this one. Upstairs. 2-1 the count. Back performance record, all good. Appreciate tuning in. Will Howard Rookie of the Year odds? Let me check. 2-1. Upstairs 3-1. Odds for Will Howard are plus 4,000. 3-1 the count. Yeah, she see the extra box weighted. Yep. Well, I think most ballparks that's gone. Like Chase Field, that's gone. 3-1. Outside, and Cronenworth gets on board with a 5-pitch walk. Straight scene coming to college football playoff. Is that official? I know they were debating it. But why would the other conferences vote for that? Why would the other conferences vote for that? That's my question. Because what I don't get with straight seating. I mean, look. Obviously, I get the idea of straight seating. I get the idea. But what I don't get, yeah, Yankee saying that ball's gone. What I don't get, fact victory trade for Cousins. I'm going to say fixture on that one. What I don't get personally is every conference is a vote, and you need a unanimous vote. You need a unanimous vote. So why would the mid-majors vote on that? Why on earth would the mid-majors vote? Oh, you have over 500 Landry Jones to start quarterback once? That is true. That's a throwback. Diaz up to bat now for Cronenworth. Gets the walk. Francis already at 68 pitches. Downstairs 1-0. I don't hate straight seating. I really don't. Because there is the idea that, okay, you kind of have an advantage being the 5 seed versus the 1 seed. I do get it. But I just don't understand why some people would vote for that. Because it goes against their interests. The 1-0. Swing and a miss. Downstairs 1-1. Runners in scoring position here. Chance here. Kelly with a tour. Chance to brag we had straight seeing 24. Yeah, let me look. Let me look at that. I think ASU would have been the 11. ASU would have been way lower. Which game? Do you want Dodgers? I don't know which one you want. No, it's usually West Coast, but I don't know if Dodgers applies. 1-2 the count. Appreciate you, Keller. Let me know which game you want. I'll get you on the call for it. Yeah, so the bracket last year would have been Oregon at the 1, Georgia the 2, Texas 3, Penn State 4. Notre Dame, Clemson, your 5-12. Ohio State, ASU, your 6-11. Tennessee, SMU, your 7-10. Indiana, Boise State, your 8-9. That's what it would have been. 1-2. Diaz fouls it off. Padres did a very good job staying alive on that one. Right, Boise goes to 9. Yep, Boise goes to 9. Which I think they could have won that game. And then Oregon, I mean, they played them close the last time. I think it actually works out way better for Boise. Oh, yeah, 93, Buddy Ryan versus Kevin Gilbride. Oh, yeah. That was a crazy one. That was a crazy one. I did a video on that game a while ago. Not for that thing, though. I did a video. It was a Jets-Oilers 93, and it was a weird situation in that one. Where was it? Hang on. Pick that bracket? Alright, we'll do that. Hang on. There was activity in the pen, meanwhile, for the Jays. There is activity in the pen. Oh, Oklahoma, Alabama, I think fact on that one. 2-2, that one lifted into center. Back at the track, making the play is Varsho for the second out. Runner will advance to third, so runners on the corners with 2 out. Chad with the 2, appreciate you, man. Which game do you want me to do? Do you want me to do Mets, Dodgers, Blue Jays, Rays, or Guardians, Tigers? Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you a ton. Appreciate you a ton. Yeah, I did a video on the Gilbride game a while ago. It's a bit too well known to do like a full story. I know Tree did a video, 93. Oilers did a very good video on that. Alright, that was setting Glacius up today. He's 0 for 1 today. Another chance here with runners in scoring position. Thanks for liking videos. Appreciate you a ton, Chad. So which game, do you want to do Mets, Dodgers, Blue Jays, Rays, or Guardians, Tigers? You can help me decide which game we're going to call Saturday night. Because it's up to you guys based on the donations. One other count. Okay, so predict the bracket. I'm going to say, well, Ohio State beats Arizona State. Tennessee wins against SMU. Boise beats Indiana. Notre Dame beats Clemson. Say Notre Dame beats Penn State. They did that already. In there for a cold strike, 1-1. I'm going to go Boise beats Oregon. Penn State beats Boise. Georgia beats Tennessee. Ohio State beats Texas. Ohio State beats Georgia. Ohio State, Penn State. Ohio State wins Cincinnati. So I don't think anything changes. 1-1. That one a weak grounder to short. Picks it up, throws it to first, and once again, the Padres will leave men on board in scoring position. Was it 0 for the last 35 with runners in scoring position? Francis gets out of the jam. We go bottom 4. It still remains 2-2. As Iglesias cannot be the guy that gets anyone home in scoring position. Yeah, he's out by about half a step. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. The Padres cannot do anything once again in scoring position. And appreciate you guys tuning in for the stream. If you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. Appreciate all the donations. Helps keep the channel going. Really, really appreciate all you guys. As we call this game. Over the last century with running scoring position. Feels that way. Definitely feels that way. It's not not great. Thunder Timberwolves. Right now we got the Thunder. Their defense is just incredible. Their defense is just amazing. I got the Thunder winning it. Ohio State was dominant, yeah. No one was stopping Ohio State that year. No one was stopping them. Yeah, Thunder winning it. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I got it too. I got Thunder winning it too. And somebody in the chat which game you want. Otherwise, I'll just put it to a vote. Put the $2 to a vote. T-Wolves Thunder goes 7. I'm gonna say I'm going to say fact on that one. I'm going to say fact. How Coach McGrinded win all? Because that team was so talented. That team was so talented. Also, Will Howard didn't make any big mistakes. Kept everything in front of him. 1-0 the count. Bottom of the order here for the Jays. Clause had a single in the second. So had 2-0 here. Watch this, that one outside. 3-0. Clause Strom, Heineman, 7, 8, 9 hitters due up this inning. 3-0. Red light on, and Waters down for a strike. 3-1. All right, I'm going to close the vote here. It looks pretty decisive. So $2 going to Guards Tigers. That one upstairs, 5-pitch walk. That is now the third straight inning. The Jays have gotten the leadoff man on board. That has not been the issue whatsoever against Kolek. Since Straub's back, ground into a double play last time. It's like Nick Sirianni. Yep, I feel that. I feel like this year has been the year of coaches who people criticized a lot. Dave Roberts, Ryan Day, Nick Sirianni. Last one didn't go through in KC. I realized you were in here. Welcome in. You, last one did not go through. 0-1 down the middle. Cold strike to Straw. Ground into 2 last time. 0-1 the count. Pickoff play, gets back in successfully. The Pacers beat the Knicks and the Wolves beat the Thunder. They'll be a first-time champion. There will be. I count Thunder as first time, too, because the history is going to go back to Seattle once they get a team. I would count them as first time. It'd be a fun series, though. It'd be a very fun series. That, but swing and a miss on the slider outside. Jeez. Tush push should not be in the league. It's fiction. Fiction. It's not a safety issue. You don't like it, stop it. If you don't like it, get good at stopping it or running it. 0-2. Straw. Lives it into shallow right. That'll be the first out of the inning. Tatis makes the play. So Straw over 2 today. OKC Ravens. Pretty much. Hyman up. Hyman hitting over 400 since the start of April. Doesn't play a lot. That backup catcher role, but very good at the plate. Why the players' organization vote against it, though? They vote against it because the Eagles were too good at it. Also reduces the careers of centers to run that play. But that's the center can obviously say, look, we're not doing this. First in 96 for the West Conference Round 7 team in California or Texas. Yep, you were right on that. It's been a while. First time since before I was born. There was activity in the Jays pen meanwhile, so I think that's going to be it for Francis. Right, Thunder wants the Sonics. Yeah, but I think history's going to revert back. Heineman, 2 for 2 today. Heineman is 2 for 2. I'm going to go back to the top of the order with runners on first and second and the go-ahead run in scoring position here. Tell you, for backup catchers, in terms of guys behind the plate, find guys better than this guy. You really can. Right, nothing more than the rugby scrum they do without pads and no one gets hurt. Yep, exactly. And no one gets hurt. It's too hard to outlaw. I have no problem with the play. Should be 19 teams voting to keep it. Yep. Nelson Bichev to bat. He's 1 for 2 today. Got 3. It's a series. He's going to get a 4th. Up the middle. Base hit. Will they send the runner? They're going to send him. Clause gets in easily. Runners on the corners. 1 out. Blue Jays have the lead for the first time. Savert leaving his pin. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised seeing as they're getting rid of Sports Center Los Angeles. So that doesn't shock me at all. NJ Card Fan gifting membership. Appreciate it. Lounge Zinger. I recognize him. All right, we got an Inner Circle guy. I love it. As a member, get a lot of cool perks. Same with the video members only Q&A, streaming emojis in the chat. Raise J's. Get your Raise J's. Next vid dropping in between these two games. Dropping in between these two games. Appreciate you. It's out, NJ Card Fan. Bichette. Back-to-back games for him now with multiple hits. Runners on first and second. And that's going to hit Vlad. Bases are going to be full. He plunks him. It's all falling apart right now for Kolek. And Varsho, the heavy hitter, a chance to blow this game open. A pitcher is throwing sticky, or using sticky stuff throws to a batter stealing signs. What should the at-bat outcome be? Well, stealing signs is fine. As long as you're not doing it with electronics, stealing signs is legal. That's a normal part of the game. Yeah, Ursay last night, yes. ESPN starting infomercials during late night? I can't see that. They tried that back in the 80s. Or they tried it with, like, airing, like finance shows back in these. I can't see them airing infomercials. That would make no sense to me. Like, that would ruin your brand. It's like, so I hit... This is what it's like to hit with running score position Padres fans. Yeah, Matsui's in the pen. And Kolek, first two games, didn't allow a run, but he has been struggling today. He's allowed 3 today. He allowed 5 in 5 innings against the Mariners the last time. Just here, allowed my lunch break. Thoughts on college football play to go to straight seeing 1 through 12. I'm confused. I'm honestly confused. Because it goes against the interests of... You need a unanimous vote, and it goes against the interests of a lot of the smaller conferences. But I'm fine with it. Tush Wishers ban hurts to still make every QB stink because he's really good at it? Absolutely. Jim rank among top owners? Oh, not even close. Who is Colts' new owner? It looks like it's going to be Carly Ertz, but they haven't announced anything yet. Varsho, base is full. First pitch in the dirt, blocked by the catcher, 1-0 the count. Dolan Varsho 0 for 2 today. In his career with the bases loaded. He's got 4 grand slams. Gets on board 31% of the time. Downscale ESPN 4 gets wiped out. I don't think it's ever going to get wiped out by social media and streaming. Because, yeah, they're creating their own streaming platform. ESPN is creating its own streaming platform. So, they're going to be okay. He's going to go down... I think he's going to go down as a solid owner. He'll go down as an owner that cared about the city of Indianapolis, cared about the Colts. Also a guy with a lot of demons. 2-0. That one on the outer part of the zone. 2-1 the count. Right, they would get paid big time for the infomercials. They would. We get paid big time. You're right on that. How many people would switch off ESPN is the question. 2-1. Varsho into center field. That is going to be caught out in center. Great play by Merrill. But it will be enough to bring in the runner. If Merrill didn't get that ball, you have to get a good jump on that one. If he didn't get a good jump on that ball, that was going to be a bases clearing play. Varsho made a hard contact there. Good exit velo there. Enough to bring in the runner, though. 4-2. The scores. That's a sac fly. And that will send Barger up to bat. So I think I'm thinking, my thing is that, ESPN, think of a lot of bars. They show ESPN all the time. I think they would stop showing it all the time if they aired infomercials. I think of it think of a bar on the West Coast. Think of a bar like in Arizona, okay? You just want someone on the TVs. Something that you can talk about on the TVs. Let's say it's 11 o'clock on the West Coast, so 2 o'clock on the East Coast. That's where they do reruns at that point. They're doing reruns. 0-1, outside 1-1. If you're showing repeats of SportsCenter or whatnot, the bar staff isn't going to notice. No one's going to notice. People are going to be talking about it. People are going to be watching it. That's fine. The moment you show infomercials, they're going to flip the TVs off. They're going to flip them off. You're going to lose that passive audience. And that's how ESPN is huge. That's how they get the ratings. The passive audience. It's subtly there. in the corner of the eye, on the corner of the eye. It's on the TVs. That's a big chunk of their audience. You're gonna lose that if you go infomercials. So I'll tell you this much: if you have highlights of a game on a TV, they're not gonna turn it off at 2:30 in the morning on the East Coast, 11:30 at night on the West Coast. You have a Thigh Master infomercial on? Yeah, they're switching it to something else. They're switching it to FS1 or a movie or something that's not that. So I think that would be a mistake for ESPN. 1-2, shot foul. But that's the first I'm hearing about the infomercial thing. It's the first I'm hearing about it. I think it'd be a massive mistake. Rodriguez is warming up the pen meanwhile for the Jays. Who tweeted that? Did like Marshawn tweet something about that? Upstairs. 2-2. Yeah, I didn't see anything about that. Buys a half-hour block, sell $6 footballs. Look, say what about Kurt Benkert, and I will sell a lot of stuff about Kurt Benkert. I do know people that have the dime lab balls, and they really like them. They really like the dime lab balls. So, 2-2. Whatever he did, I'll never buy one. Just out of principle, but whatever he did seems to work. Normally, infomercial window is 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. Pacific on the West Coast. I want to be 6 a.m. Pacific because Get Up starts at, what, 7 o'clock Eastern? 2-2. EDP, he's been trying to make a comeback, and I think what happened to EDP is he gets banned off every platform, and he's selling off stuff. I think he's broke. In the dirt, 3-2. The other rookie with a pick six in the Super Bowl besides this year. Was Alford a rookie when he picked six, when he did the pick six on Brady? Was Robert Alford a rookie? It could be Porter. Porter's not a bad pick. Yeah, but 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. Pacific. I don't know, because some people are getting up on the East Coast. Some people are getting up. Swing and a miss. Barger goes down. It was 2 for 2, make it 2 for 3. Blue Jays leave 2 on, but they get 2. That's 4-2. We go top 5. Rodriguez will come in, relieving Francis. So Francis not in line for the win, but also not in line for the loss. Top 5 when we get back. I appreciate all you guys tuning in. A 2-hour window between 2 and 4. I could see that. Potentially. It's better than what they got now. I'll put it that way. The way they do, they do from 2 to 4 a.m. is terrible. They do the programming of games from the previous night, but they skip ahead. And they're like, due to time constraints, we're going to pick this one up here. But they'll do commercial breaks during... I mean, it's basically an infomercial anyways. It's basically an infomercial anyways. When nothing's open, that one's okay at least. That I'd be okay with. Because it's basically an infomercial anyways. If you ever watched it, they show a game from last night, like an NBA or a college football game. And they're like, welcome back. Due to time constraints, going to pick this program up here. And they'll show 2 plays. And then they'll go to commercial for another 3 minutes. And they'll be welcome back due to time constraints. Yeah, there's no time constraints. You could easily show the game. You're just not doing it. Reggie Phillips. Oh, man. Not have gotten that. Would not have gotten that. Right, Colts fans can say thank goodness for Pacers. Absolutely. Jets have the longest drought of playoff wins in the NFL. No. Playoff appearances they do. Dolphins have the longest for wins. Dolphins haven't won since 2000. Jets have the longest drought of appearances. They haven't made it since 2010. Yeah, Reggie Phillips. I would not have gotten that. That's a great question. Las Vegas wins us after midnight on the West Coast. Yeah. Yeah, so if it's 2 to 4, I get that. I'm actually okay with that. I'm actually okay with that. Because I remember waking up in high school I woke up at 5:30. I watch an hour of Sports Center. 5:30 to 6:30. I watch Sports Center in bed. And from 5:30 to 6 o'clock Eastern, when they're showing the old game footage and they cut the commercial all the time, it was painful. It was awful. Longest conference championship game drought. Currently? In the NFC, it's the Cowboys, oddly enough. Rodriguez, the new pitcher. But all time, just currently, not counting the Texans. Let me think about this one. I mean, Dolphins have a longer drought. 1-0 the count. Right, NFC, it's the Cowboys. Well, it's got to be the Browns, right? Browns haven't made since 89. Right, I think it's the Browns. Upstairs 2-0. Yeah, I think it's Cleveland for that one. You know, Browns have a longer drought. Because Dolphins made in the 90s against the Bills. In the AFC Championship. 92. Outside, 3-0 the count. Rodriguez's second outing of this series, pitched the first game. Got the hold in the 8th inning, went 1 inning there. He's been money as of late. So the guy over his last 7 outings, he's gone 9 2/3, 10 strikeouts, no runs, 3-1 count. So looks down for a cold strike. Oh, no, you're good, Mexi. You're good. Never to apologize for that. I just like that you're watching. Get back to work, Mr. Squarepants. 3-1. That one on the bottom part of the zone. They're going to call that a strike. 3-2. Works at full. Yeah, this some's got a pretty wide strike zone. Pretty low strike zone, too. Viacom back to fill the late nights with infomercials. I could see that for sure. I could definitely see that. Right, ESPN, it needs to be from, like, if you're going to do the infomercials, it's got to be like 2 to 4. That'd be okay with, when no one is up at a reasonable hour. Fantasy for Reboot, I'm excited about it, too. I'm excited about Fantasy for Reboot, too. I think the only other thing with infomercials, the only problem with infomercials that I have to figure out is what happens if something breaks. 3-2. Check swing, he went. 3 straight strikes thrown. Rodriguez. He starts getting off with a strikeout. Back to the top, we go for Tatis. So, like, let's say you do infomercials with, like, TNT or something. Or True TV or whatever it is. Do an infomercial with that. All right, well, they're not airing live program. They're not airing news. So, you're always going to be able to air the infomercial without an issue. The problem, though, is with ESPN. Let's say it's fouled off 0-1. Well, let's do a Colts example. Let's do that. Let's say you have the infomercial. You book out all the infomercial spots and whatnot. You do that. So you have your schedule lined up. Infomercial. Plan for this hour. 0-1 count. Inside, did that hit him? He dropped the bat. Did that hit Tatis? It did not. 1-1. And then let's say, just think of the Colts, Mayflower situation happens. Because things happen in sports. Especially because sports are worldwide. Stuff happens in Europe. Stuff can happen in the middle of the night. Someone passes away. A team moves in the middle of the night. And then how do you make it up to the... Like, that's a variable that other networks don't have to do, necessarily. Fluhardy's in the pen meanwhile, so he'll go the 6th in all likelihood. That's a variable that other networks that air infomercials don't have. Fouled off 2-2. How do you rank the Super Bowl champion virgins from most likely to least likely? Bills are definitely number 1. Bills are number 1. I would say the Browns are probably least likely right now. Browns are least likely. But Bills are close. I think Bills break it this year. They've not won since 44 with the Saints. Downstairs 3-2. Yeah, Tigers Guards is going to be a very fun series. We're going to call that game tonight. Yeah, Mayflower was surreal, but it had to go down that way. Yeah. You pretty much had to. They had to do it quietly. But, like, for something like that, so you can't air the infomercial at that point because people want to watch ESPN. Swing and a miss. Tatis goes down, back-to-back strikeouts here by Rodriguez at the pen. Who, again, has been money as of late. Rodriguez, 10 1/3 his last 8 games. No runs, 12 strikeouts. Just 4 hits. 1-2-3 has done nothing today for San Diego in a rise with 2 out and nobody on. The Jaguars drought last 1 year longer than the Cubs. How likely would I still be alive when they win the Super Bowl? 108 years? I'd be 106. It would not be likely. Can they both lose? Yeah. Are the Lions most likely of the teams next? Yes, because they have a good GM, good head coach. Yeah, they've got it. Right, team have to sign off at night. You have to play a national anthem, sign off at night. Yep. Doesn't work like that anymore, but yeah. Maybe we're becoming the Cubs of the NHL. It does feel that way. Outside 1-1. I mean, that was Sleeping with the Television on. That was like the intro to Billy Joel's song. Yeah, they would sign off at night, play the national anthem, and that'd be it. 1-1 count. Our eyes watches that one outside and high, 2-1. But people would want to watch ESPN. They're not going to watch an infomercial. But you can't not show the infomercial because they paid good money for that. So it's one of those... It's a weird situation, basically. It's the first time hearing about it. Are the Lions third behind Rams and Eagles? Yes. For me, they are number 3. For me, they're number 3. Right next to that will be 2075. That's a long time. That's a long time to wait. 2-2 the count. Rodriguez, 2 strikeouts, 2 batters faced so far. Make it 3-3. Rodriguez strikes out the side. What a job out of the pen for him. If that's his only inning of work, he's in line for the win. Pods go down in order. We go bottom 5. Might be down in 2075. Who knows where we're going to be in 2075? Who even knows? Most times it'll be 2 a.m. Yep. Hudson got the all clear today. That's awesome. Yeah, so he'll be good to go. Yeah, because still 2.5 months till their first game in Hall of Fame game. Yeah, Hall of Fame game July 31st. We are not far off. We are not far off from the Hall of Fame game, folks. Relatively speaking, we are not that far. It is about 2.5, 2 months and one week. Then my schedule ramps up again. Feels like this, like my off season. This is like I'm still working like crazy. I don't even know how I'm going to do it during football season this year. How many Maple Leafs fans were even alive last time I won Stanley Cup? Probably a fair amount. Probably a fair amount. Not a lot, but probably a fair amount. I appreciate all you guys tuning in. If you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe, helps the channel out a ton. That was around when he was on QC, so yeah. I think of all the teams that have won titles, only Guards have a longer drought than Maple Leafs. Cardinals. No, Cardinals have a longer drought. The Cardinals have not won a title since the 40s. Yeah, this team's in trouble right now. Just 2 runs scored this series. It's not pretty. It's not pretty. Is Kolek staying out there for 5th inning of work? He is. So leave Kolek out there on 70 pitches. It's not really the pitch count that's an issue. It's the hits he's allowed. Kolek, again, first 2 outings of the season. No runs allowed. Had a complete game shutout. Let's not look at his last 2 outings, so we'll get the routine fly ball here. Clement 0 for 3 now. Our Cards have never won a Super Bowl, but they have won a title. Lucas up to bat. Farlow was 8 years old when he saw the Chiefs in Super Bowl 4. He did not see them make or win another Super Bowl until he was 58. Yeah, now... Like, I felt fine for Chiefs fans when they won the first. When they won their first, it was like, okay, you know, first time in 50 years you made it. Like, good for you. Now it's like, okay, that's enough now. You can stop doing it. Pitch way inside. It's a window closed. I think they're going to have to retool. I think Marner's not coming back. Tavares, I would think he comes back, and I'm not sure. I don't think the Mariners got better this offseason. I don't think they got better. That's a shot foul, 1-1. And also, oh, they absolutely count. Why wouldn't they count? Why would NFL time? I think the only way they don't count is if it was the 4 NFL titles that took place and then the Super Bowl was played. So the Vikings were never champions. The Vikings were never champions. But why wouldn't they count? Just because the thing got a new name? That's like saying, like, the Premier League became a thing in 1992. But there was still, before the Premier League, there was still top flight football in England, 2-1. You're not discounting those titles. It's the same thing here. He's not retiring. Tavares is not retiring. Like, you're not discounting all the titles that teams won in the top flight in England before the Premier League. 2-2. What makes you think the Rams can win or 3-1, I should say. He gave it before. He gave that pitch before, but not there. What makes you think the Rams can win in Philly in the AFC Championship? I like their defensive line a lot. Their defensive line, really, really good. Right, score 2 runs wide receiver. Yeah, that's not great. And it's now official. They're going to go 12-team model. It's now officially official. It is officially official, according to ESPN, with the seeding. Modern NFLs, we have the AFL and the AFL. That is a walk. So Clause coming up. It's still going to take advantage of Philly? I think so too, yeah. 13-4, that is bold. I could see it, though. I could see it. One other count. Right, Marnell, right. It's the equivalent of NFC Championship. I would agree with that if that was 1966 to 69. Like, I don't count the Colts as winning one. I don't count the Vikings as winning one. But you can only beat who's in your league. Reynolds warmed up the pen me well for the Pods. Like, I have no problem with saying the Cards have a title or the Packers have a ton. The Bears have a ton. NFL titles, which can be removed from the list. I think just Cardinals, Browns, Lions get removed. Cardinals, Browns, and Lions get removed. Titans actually get removed too. Not since Tennessee, but Oilers they did. I count AFL titles if it was not 66 to 69. So if you win your league, you have to win the final game of the season. For me, you have to win the final game of the season. 1-2. Serena miss upstairs. Colossi goes down. 4 strikeouts down for Kolek. So if you win the final game of the season, that's a title. So I count AFL for 60 to 65. I don't count it 66 to 69. Bills are also removed from the list. And Chargers are removed from that. Fly ball into right center. Calling everyone off in center field will be Merrill. Quick inning there for Kolek. We'll see if he goes to 6th. And quick work of the Blue Jays there. Allowed a walk, but other than that, flawless. 4-2 the score. Worry about coverage of first or say highlights on weekend news being produced by Outhouse Studio? Yeah, I'd be very concerned about that. Because they're not going to know what to look about Fresno State. They're not going to go and lick about it. Unfortunately. A straw now, 0 for 3. Like what you see, folks. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. It really does help us out on the channel. We're trying to get this community growing. And keep in mind, we are going to be live tonight for Guardians against the Tigers. So keep that in mind. We're going to have a new video dropping in between the games, too. New video dropping in between. Packers have the most championships of the Patriots? Yes. Yes, Super Bowls are different. Super Bowls are different than championships. But yeah. Packers have to have the most championships. And you can't discount 50 years of history. You can't just discount it. Doesn't make a lot of sense. First pitch, check swing, he went. Rodriguez is going to stand for another inning. 0-1 the count. You count all league titles. Yep, absolutely. Count all league titles. As long as you won the final game of the season. That's all that matters. Like, basically, here's my thing. 1-1. If you left the season thinking you won a title, you won the title. I shouldn't just discount it. Like, if you were a Packer fan when they won the title back in the 30s, 40 years later, like, oh, wait, that thing we celebrate, that doesn't count? That doesn't make any sense. As I'm striking out, I would say 40%. 1-2 the count. Yeah, Pittsburgh won ABA championship. Yep. Back from watching some current YouTubers who got jailed for long-term prison sentences. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I was not on that list. I guarantee you that. AFL was inferior to the NFL at the start, but, you still count it. Again, if you won your final game of the season, if you left the season thinking you won the title, then it counts. Royals Red Sox postponed. Not surprised. 65 was rigged. I will not rigged, but 65 giant asterisks next to that. I will say, 65 giant asterisks. That field goal was no good. That is one of the worst calls of all time. They did not deserve the title that year. 2-2. Machado fouls it off. How's it going, Lou? Welcome to the chat. Appreciate tuning in. College football, multiple teams won championships in the same year. I think it depends on how you're claiming it. There are some claims that are outrageous. 2-2. That one, ooh, that just missed. Full count. Like, there's some counts. There's some ones. That one, grounder to short, picks it up, throws it to first, 6-3 out. First time Rodriguez didn't get a strikeout. Carolina near 500. I can see it. And I think it's going to be it for Rodriguez on 24 pitches. He did his job out of the pen. He's in line for the win. Like, USC LSU, I'm okay with that. I mean, there's way worse. Alabama, 41. You can't claim that. You cannot claim that. Like, Alabama cannot claim 41. They finished 20th in the AP poll. They were 9-2. They can't claim them. They can't claim 41. I think it depends. I think it really depends on the team and the situation. But them claiming 41 is nuts. Yeah, Washington, Oklahoma 1950 is another one. Like, Oklahoma, you lost the final game against Kentucky. You did not. You can't claim that. I know you finished number one in the AP poll. The voting was done by that point. You're basically a top 5 draft team. If not from themselves and the Jaguars, at least. Yeah, Johnny Somali, he's still going. Johnny Somali, he's, it's like every single week with him. The census keeps increasing. What does it say? United Colorado? Yeah. There's a few. There's definitely a few. You always run nothing but tush plays against Packers and Rams, run the clock all game. I mean, they basically ran out the clock when they played the Packers in the regular season. That Brazil game, they went on like a 10-minute drive. Jags here 500, I hope so. God, I hope so. That would be nice. We wonder what will break first reminds your bodies when the Commanders are on both sides. That's such a great quote. So Merrill coming up here. The Machado ground out. New pitcher in for the Jays, meanwhile. Flew harder, the new pitcher for the Jays. Rodriguez does his job masterfully. 0-2 the count. 4 batters faced. Strikes out 3. Now it's Fluharty's turn. Your floor is 7. That is a high floor. That is a high floor with our schedule. Sweeper missed outside 1-2. Let's go, Mark. Appreciate you. And if you are a Jays fan, you are a member. You can use Jays emojis in the chat. We do have that. That is a high floor. Oh, my God. 7 is the floor. You have to remember, the Jaguars, since I graduated elementary school, have won 7 games or more 3 times. That's a high floor. Fly ball, center field, far show, or excuse me, straw underneath it for the second out. I respect the Jags. They stopped the tush push better than any team voted to keep it in. Yep. Absolutely. Amen to that. Amen to that. Yeah, it's a skill issue. You don't like it, stop it. You don't like it, stop it. Eagles, you're cool with us. You figure Fluharty is probably going to go through the 7th, barring anything crazy. Upstairs, 1-0 the count. If you can get out of this inning quick, probably should be able to go the 7th. Did allow a run last time against the Tigers out of the pen, but been pretty good as of late. Last 9 games, he's allowed just 2 runs, a 1.74 ERA. Playoff vote? No, the Lions withdrew the proposal, so the playoff vote's going to stay. Playoff's going to stay the way it is. That vote that's staying. All I see team speed top 25. They had their way. They would. Don't underestimate it. So fly ball to shallow center or left field, calling everyone off. Will be the third baseman backing up, making the play. Will be Barger. So Fluharty does his job, come out of the pen to start, relieving Rodriguez. Jay's pen looking good 2 innings in. Has not allowed a hit or a base runner. As Sheets goes down, we go. Bottom 6, 4-2. Now worry about the Padres that'll ebb and flow. Yeah, it's a long season. But Rose in score position, I would be worried about that. Remember the last time the Jags and the Manders played? Oh, God, do I remember that game. 22. Oh, when Carson Wentz actually looked good the second half. That was like the last time Carson Wentz ever looked good. Trevor Lawrence looked terrible. Fumbled the ball late. Bad weather. Oh, yeah, I remember that one. Right, Cohen flunked me in the Rams OC. Yeah, but he didn't have a lot of control as the Rams OC. He didn't have a lot of control. It was McVay's offense. So I don't put too much stock into that. I'm excited to see what Cohen can do. I really like the guy a lot. I appreciate all you guys tuning in. Bottom 6 we go. We'll see if Kolek stays out for a 6th inning of work. He's had only 81 pitches, but... we will see. Pirates are in deep trouble. I hope so. Believe me. I would have no problem with that. I would have no problem whatsoever. Make it a bit easier for the D-backs out west. Jags beat Dallas last time play. Yes, 22. They played December. December 22. Overtime game. Overtime. First team commander sister Chris Myers. Yep. Vikings stealing 17-0. The floor is 0-17. There you go. There you go. You know, that was a crazy game when the Jaguars, they came back. Came back, and then the Rayshon Jenkins pick 6. Vikings regress while JJ getting feet in the water. I think so, too. But I think it's going to work out better long term. I'm sure JJ knows happy Padres are losing. And so far, Kolek staying out there for another inning work. Inside for a ball 1-0. I'll put it this way. The Vikings might have a worse record, but I think they're going to be in a better spot to do damage in the playoffs than they were last year. If that makes sense. 1-0. In there on the outside corner for a strike. 1-1. And if you like what you see, folks, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. Was Chris Myers ever good? Not really. Not really. Was never crazy about him. 1-1 chopped. Foul. Stays in fair territory, but was off the knee, so 1-2. Only FPS comments, Wazoo does not play team from 25. Ooh. I don't know on that one. I don't know. I'm going to guess the Mac? That would seem to make... that would be kind of weird. I would guess the Mac. Right, so about 14 wins hard, so we're going to regress by virtue of that alone. Yep. Have a question? Fire away. Fire away. Go for it. You don't have to raise your hand. Judgment free. By all means, Spider-Man. Appreciate you tuning in. Nick's collapse or base or comeback? A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. I would say Nick's collapse. 17 points, swing and a miss there by Heineman, so he's 2 for 3 today. 5 strikeouts out for Kolek. Is it really? Is it ACC? Is it really ACC? I would not have thought that with Cal and Stanford and SMU. Bichette coming up. Oh, no, at Virginia. Oh, so it'd be Big 12 then, right? Big 12. First pitch, swing and a miss for Bichette on the fastball upstairs. Kolek trying to settle in. Close to 90 pitches now. Kolek most he's thrown is 104 this season. Why not Vancouver? I think Seattle would probably throw a fit about that. Is there anyone get Seattle high draft pick? I think so too. He has no presence in the offensive line. Anita gifting 10! Oh boy. Who's got these? You want Mets, so I get you on Mets. Appreciate it a ton. Upstairs 1-2. Appreciate it a ton. Oh my goodness. Let's go. Thank you so much. Who's got these memberships? As the Mets take a commanding lead in the You Make the Call. 1-2 the count. Bichette, swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts by Kolek. He's settling in nicely. 2 out. For some bad innings. He's finding his rhythm. Vlad coming up. Who's got memberships? We got Daniel, Chase, Nick, JC, Sri Cawthor, Samantha, Carmine, Marbles, Daniel, and Jay Rich. As a member, you get a lot of cool perks. To name of the age video, members only Q&A streams, and emojis in the chat. Like the team's playing today. Appreciate you a ton for being members. Thank you again for the gift. That's a liner to third. 5-3 on the out. And we'll see if it goes to 7th, actually. Kolek could go with 7 potentially. It's a 10-pitch inning. Not bad. He's only at 91. Glad there's nothing there. First pitch swinging. Hardly order coming up for the Jays and Bomba 7, but we go top 7. Still remains 4-2. Again, appreciate all you guys tuning. How you up, tush push? I go low. Go low. Beef up and go low. Giants special for the Cowboys. Fact or fiction? I'm going to say fact on that one. 2,000 days since Ohio State last beat Michigan. That is insane to me. Never would have thought that. Never. In a million years would I ever have thought would see a streak that long. In Ohio State, Michigan. Where Ohio State's the one that's getting torched. I'm sure Ohio State fans will take the natty over beating Michigan, but still. That's the other thing you lose with the seeding, because Ohio State, like, you can lose your conference championship and still be okay. With that rule change. Boise State, the largest group of 5 fan base. Ooh. I would say... I think 90s is the best decade in NBA history. Ratings-wise, star-wise, I think 90s is the best decade. Play-wise... We're not counting Washington State and Oregon State, right? Because Washington State has a bigger fan base, I think. But if not, I'd probably go Boise. Yeah, no, I'd probably go Boise on that one. Probably go Boise. 4 runs enough? We'll see. It's looking good so far. It's looking good. Michigan has Ohio State summer ride. They think they beat them at their game rather than using their advantage. Exactly. Colts find out with both Richardson and Jones ineffective. I think so too. I think Jones wins the starting job at some point. I think Richardson's done after this year, and Jones wins the starting job, and he does not play well. Colts will be bad this year. Colts will be really bad. Cronenworth, Diaz, Iglesias, due up. First pitch in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. I was 4-year-old the last time Minnesota beat Ohio State. That will never happen again. It's going to take a lot. Going to take a lot for that to happen. Although we never thought Vanderbilt beat Alabama again, and that happened, so you never know, but it's not looking likely. 0-1. Cronenworth fouls it off. 0-2. If you like what you see, folks, hit that like button and subscribe. It really does help us out on the channel. I take this ticket over the 90s every day, since they're messed like a parody in the 90s. 27 critical power. That is true. The CBA has definitely helped a lot with that. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, foul. 0-2. Top 2 between Jones and Richardson. I could see that too. I could definitely see that. Colts will get the number 1 pick to the Prince of the Browns. Yep, I remember the Browns do get the Jaguars pick as well. 0-2, outside 1-2. It's the first time ever the Jags will not have their first round pick. First time ever. Never had a draft without a first round pick. We could still get one, trade up. Like, we got assets with that trade with the Lions. We got like a crap ton of 3rd round picks. We'll see. 1-2. Cronenworth swing and a miss. Fluharty gets his first strikeout. The pen has done a phenomenal job. They've struck out 5 guys since going to the pen. Cronenworth goes down. Diaz coming up. And that's going to be it for Fluharty. So Fluharty does his job. 1 inning of work out of the pen. I'll bring in a new pitcher. Biggest disappointment so far? Orioles. By far, it's the Orioles. By far. I don't think anyone's so mean this bad. It was 18 last time I saw one low brown jug. Won't happen again, even though they came close last year. That's another one. That's another one. Colts finish above Titans. Well, I don't know, because remember, Titans have the wild card with the rookie quarterback. With the rookie quarterback, they do have a wild card. They do have a wild card with that. Colts, we know what their quarterbacks are. They're not good. Right now, I saw expansion teams. Yep. Bulls summons for the league less excited to watch. I don't know about that, because I don't know. Because Jordan was just transcendent, almost. And the Western Conference was so much parity. The Western Conference had a ton of parity. So it's not like it was like Cavs Warriors every year. Like it was in the 2010s. There was a lot of parity in the Western Conference. Green, the new pitcher for the Jays. We will be live as well at 6:40 for the Guards-Tigers game. Keep that in mind. Chad Green, his first outing of this series. So last 5 outings. 5 2/3, just 1 run allowed. 2 hits, 5 strikeouts. Had a rough stretch at the end of April, but this month, for the most part, pretty much money. Pretty much money. Start of the year off not too hot. After April, he was boasting an ERA above 4. In May, an ERA about half that. So they 8P if he never played. I don't think they 8P. I think that the toll that your body would take would just be insane. I think the Rockets probably take at least, they take 1. Oh, on the count. Padres struck out the least number of times going into the stretch, and they're striking out well. It does seem that way, yep. Bottom 5 teams. Browns, Giants, Jets, Colts, Jets. Well, you got the Saints in there. No, Saints are going to be bottom 5. Which college quarterbacks lead a game-winning drive against Michigan? Swing and a miss. 0-2. Which college ones? Aller could potentially. Nussmeier, when he's playing well. Lagway. Levitt. 0-2. Breaking ball just misses 1-2. League win better off. Had the Knicks knocked out MJ at least once in the postseason. Yeah, just to make it a bit more interesting. I get that. Right. For how safe this year, since that ending shows you what you need to know about Will Howard in clutch situations. So, yep. You know, I'm not crazy about Howard. And his combine was not great. 2-2 the count. Yeah, also sample size of 1 with that, but... Diaz now works at full. From 0-2, it's now full. Good at bat here by Diaz, making him throw a lot of pitches. Diaz this season on a full count. Getting on base 77% of the time. Can he get on here? It's a shallow left, but running to make that play is Clause for the second out. Yeah, Jets are going to draft a quarterback next year. Fields is not the guy. He has no pocket presence. Jets are going to suck this year, I think. Jets are going to be really bad. If they win more than 4, I'll be impressed. Iglesias coming up. The Jays went to their pen starting the 5th inning. It's been 8 up, 8 down since going to the pen. Low and outside, 1-0 the count to Iglesias. 0 for 2 today for him. Jose Iglesias, a month to forget. He's 3 for his last 26 this month. Watches that one outside, 2-0. Bulls' next rivalry was always overrated since the Bulls always won. Yeah, but it was hated. The thing is that, like, the rivalries, when they hate each other, it's not overrated. When the teams genuinely hate each other, it's not overrated. Fouled off 2-1. Yankees win 1-0, by the way. That game just went final. Speaking of the AL East. Two-1. Iglesias up the middle. That's a base hit. First time the Padres got a hit on this bullpen. And with 2 out, the tying run is down at the plate. Yeah, Spurs Lakers, that was a fun rivalry. Shoot, I want to be on stream. All good. That works. That works. We can definitely do it on stream. We'll figure out a time and whatnot. Lockridge coming up. There is activity in the pen for the Jays, so you figure this will be Green's only inning. And Lockridge will be out. They're going to replace him with a pinch hitter, Jason Hayward. He'll move over to left. So Jason Hayward coming in for Lockridge. The veteran 35-year-old outfielder. In his first season with the Pods, hitting 179 this year. He's 1 for 5 this series. Not playing the best baseball as of late, hitting just 129 over his last 12 games. 4 for 31 in that stretch. Right, there was the hit you called. 129 in his last 12 games. He is going to be brought on here to try and keep this line moving and get back to Tatis at the top of the order. First base runner today for the Pods off the Blue Jays bullpen. All right, some teams don't have... Yeah. First pitch in there, strike. 0-1. I'll say Hornets Heat. Hornets have the Heat as a rival. 0-1. Runner's going to go. He's a dead duck. He's a dead duck. They try to get Iglesias in scoring position. It does not work at all. First time he's been caught stealing this year. And we go bottom 7. 4-2 remains the score. The tag by Bichette Iglesias is a dead duck on that one. All right, let's go to the ball game, folks. Let's go out to the ball game. A little bit of action here. Here we go. right, 7th inning stretch brought to you by no one because we don't have a sponsor for that. But figured Canadian game, do a Canadian band for you. First pitch in there for a called strike. 0-1 the count. Varsho, Barger, Clement, Harley order here for the Jays. Yeah, QB talent drops off after Nussmeier and Eller. Well, Lagway could be good. Lagway, I think, is going to be very good. Thoughts on eligible playoff format change? I have no problem with it. It's just bizarre that people would agree to it because it goes against their best interests. Goes, I appreciate it. Appreciate it. It goes against their best interests for a lot of these smaller conferences. Because they're always going to be the 12 seed. For the most part, they're going to be the 12 seed. Matsui, the new pitcher, so Holick stay is done. Oh, no, Nickelback's great. Nickelback is great. I have nothing against Nickelback at all. Nickelback is phenomenal. Burns to the Ground's one of the best pump-up songs ever. Varsho, Pop Fly, gonna go out of play. Yuki Matsui, his first outing of this series. Last time he pitched against the Mariners, allowed 2 runs and 3 walks. Had a lot of issues with control. Before that, he was great this month. Before that, he didn't allow a run in 7 games in the month. 0-2, outside 1-2. Well, the SEC and Big Ten Championship game is meaningless now. That's what I'm a bit worried about. I'm a bit worried about that. But I don't think it's going to be that meaningless. I don't think it'll be that meaningless. We'll even try in those games. I think they will. I think they will. 1-2 fouled off. I think the thing is, if they're both undefeated, you might see something different. They're both undefeated, I'd be a bit worried. But I do get why they changed it. I really do. I get that, okay, there was actually somewhat of an advantage to be the 5 seed versus the 1. 1-2. Varsho, grounder, 4-3. Because then you play the weakest team, and then you play the weakest of the conference champions. I do get why they changed it. Because the 5 seed had a huge advantage. So Varsho grounds out. That'll send Barger up the bat. But I'm not sure about Tribe. I think more cautious. They'll be more cautious. If guys are hurt, they won't risk it. Barger, first pitch by Matsui. Downstairs, 1-0 the count. Oregon, Penn State, now the team would have cared. Well, I don't know about that with Penn State. I don't know, because Penn State, I don't think they would have been a top 4 seed. Penn State been a top 4 seed? Oh, yeah, Penn State would have been top 4. But I don't know about that, because, again, Penn State didn't look good. 2 lost Penn State versus 1 lost Notre Dame. I don't know if Notre Dame might get the 4 at that point. If Penn State wet the bed against Oregon. Now, they played close enough where they weren't. 2-1 pitch upstairs. And it's still going to choose your bowl game, too. So you got to stay on the coast, get your fan base. So the Yankees sweep Rangers, yep. 2-1. AL West is a mess right now. Inside, 3-1. 47 in Jersey, so much for the unofficial start of summer. Yeah, so much for that. Really Friday is when it's the unofficial start. All day weekends, really. College football, the SEC, the Big Ten, anybody else? It is a 2-horse race, it seems like, for the most part. 3-1. And Notre Dame. It's SEC Big Ten plus Notre Dame. Full count now on the fastball on the outside. Barger, 2 for 3 today. The NBA in the 80s, Lakers versus Celtics being like late 2010s, or was Cavs Warriors? Yeah, I would say so. I would say so. But it was more even back in the 80s. They used to the Stros. Chopped foul. As is tradition with the Stros. As is tradition. They always find a way. You can think any funnier say, oh, you're good. You're good. 3-2. If you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe, helps out on the channel. Your donation counts, ready to make the call. How much sandwich game call on Saturday night? 3-2. That one, fly ball, deep left field, backing up by the track, leaping at the wall, can't make the play. Is that gone? Wait. It bounced back at... Wait. Okay, so he's taken second for his ninth double of the year. It went off some sort of net. Well, it went off some sort of net. Let me see this. Yeah, it went off the padding. Oh, it was that close. I was going to say, it was that close. It went off the padding. The top of the bank took a weird bounce. So I was like, is that a home run or not? But no, it went off the padding out in the outfield. Barger on board again. Clement coming up with a runner in scoring position. He's 0 for 3 today. 1-0 the count. That bounced back the other way. That's gone. It took a bad bounce off the pad to stay in play. 1-0. Clement watches that off-speed pitch on the outside corner. 1-1 the count. Red Sox game postponed 7 hours before it's supposed to get, which I have no problem with. You're playing on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. You got a nor'easter coming or whatever it is. Yep, go for it. Conference Championship weekend used to be must-see TV. Now it's whatever, take it or leave it. Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that anymore. Because a lot of conferences, it's winning, you're in the playoff, losing, or out. It used to not be must-see TV, actually. I would say a few years ago it was not. When it was 4 teams in the playoff, there were definitely a lot where it was not must-see TV. Half the conference championships meant nothing. Now it means a lot. Sorry to hear that, world's greatest dude. Sorry to hear that, man. 2-1. Clement pops it up. Will stay in play. Machado underneath it for the second out of the inning. So it drifts into foul territory. You could use Yolan Cora. I don't blame you. Need something to get off your system. I don't blame you, man. Want to watch regular season college football? Don't watch any Big Ten SEC games? You're one of the few. You are one of the few. Right, it's now conference championship games mean a lot. For the smaller schools, it means a lot because you're guaranteed a playoff spot. For a lot of the conferences, it's your way into the field. I think there's maybe only a couple that don't mean a lot in terms of the grand scheme of things in the playoff. Lucas, first pitch, bad swing and a miss there, 0-1 the count. Oh, on the count. In there for a strike, 1-1. Watch a Big 12 ACC championship over the SEC championship of smaller schools. I feel that. Oh, 2. That one misses outside. 1-2 the count. NFL is much more interesting in college. Oh, I'm with you there. I do love the NFL. But NBA playoffs have been more entertaining than March Madness. I never thought I'd say that. But this year, I would agree. The NBA playoffs have been insane this year. Game they go to Big 12 or ACC title game of the SEC championship? Probably not. Probably not on that one. SEC is their flagship program, so they're going to stay with the SEC. Two the count. Matsui delivers. Lucas grounder to short. 6-3. We go bottom 8. Jays leave a man on. Matsui does his job out of the pen. Jalen Smith is the GOAT. Yes, he is. He is the GOAT. Suns had him too. And they trade him for nothing. I don't know what Jones was thinking with that one. So you trade, you don't take Halliburton, you take Smith, and then you get rid of him for nothing. Genius. Genius move. All right, top 8 we go. I think it's going to be Garcia, the new pitcher for the Jays. He was warming up before. First outing for him this series. Last time pitcher was against the Tigers. Went 1 inning, 1 walk, no hits allowed. To finish that game in the top of the 9th. He brought on here in a hold situation. Is not allowed to run his last 4 outings. Is not allowed to hit his last 3 outings. 20 outings this season. He's allowed a run in just 2 of them. Now, the games he has allowed a run in, he allowed a lot. 4 runs against the Guards, 3 against the Angels. But 90% of the time, he does not allow a run out of the pen. Yeah, it looks like Hospical's on the front. You're not wrong there. Kevin Cash was spending, not surprised. The way he got ejected, not surprised. NBA playoffs have been better, although this year's Final Four and title game were instant classics. Yep, I don't know about title game. I mean, title game was great. Final Four was classic. Duke Houston is going to be the game that everyone remembers in terms of how the heck that happened. Right, NBA Finals, if it's any OKC blow potential, we'll see on that. We'll see. Anyone could win at this point. There's no team that would shock me at this point to winning it. I think there are some years where you're at this stage and you're like, okay, yeah, this team's in the Final Four, but they're not winning it. This is one of the few years in the NBA where it's like, okay, any team could win it and nothing would shock me. I think Knicks would shock me the most. So Garcia coming in for the first time this series. Of Hayward. Again, Hayward was the pinch hitter to close out the 7th, but never finished the at-bat because Iglesias was caught stealing. Years past, we knew who was winning it all by this point. Yep. Yeah, T-Wolves did not look good first game. Swing and a miss by Hayward. 0-1 the count. Again, Hayward hitting about 120 over his last 12 games. Not playing the best baseball as of late. Padres are going to avoid getting swept. Lost the first 2 games of the series. A combined 17-0. They've been outscored 21-2 over the 3 games thus far. They've scored in just 1 inning. That was a 2nd inning on a 2-run shot by Sheets. That's it. So they've played 25 innings of baseball. They've been held without a run in 24 of them. A fact on that one, Hip Clip. I think fact on that one for sure. They're always in it. They're always in it. 0-2. We know Warriors, Celtics, and Nuggets were winning all by the conference finals. I don't know if we knew Celtics. I mean, Mavericks, we thought, okay, maybe they get Mavericks have a good shot with Luka and Kyrie and everything, but it's been a while. That one off the mask of the catcher. We'll see if Heineman's okay. 2000 years since Auburn's last one of Alabama. That doesn't shock me. Oh, Schwarber gonna get caught out. Oh my God. Schwarber never what on? Schwarber just got caught on the base pads. He ran on a fly ball. Was it a diving play in center or something? Because he was out by a mile. You know, you don't run on that. You go halfway on that. I don't know why is he running on that? That was not even close. It's a nice catch, but it wasn't anything like. Yeah, you go halfway on that one if you're Schwarber. So make sure Heineman's okay. It looks fine. It looks fine. O2 count here to Hayward. Bucks in 21? No, Bucks, because the Suns... People thought the Suns had a chance. I don't think anyone thought the Clippers had a chance. But the Suns, a lot of people thought they had a chance. And they were up 2-0. I mean, we all thought that was a very evenly matched series. Fly ball center field underneath the straw for the first out. I wasn't betting against Giannis, but remember, it's not like that was a blow. The Suns were up 2-0. And people thought, okay, you know what? The Suns, they got a chance. Aiden's playing well, down low. Booker, CP3. I mean, that was a stacked starting 5. It really was. Well, our 7 team's dominating the NHL now. Just pure coincidence. Back to the top of the order for Tatis. 0 for 2 today. A line that went to third. It's a line out 5-3. And Tatis, just 1 for 11 this series. Another Padres struggling in Toronto. Arise coming up. The DH spot. First 2 men set down. Garcia doing his job so far. Arise going to enter this game with an 8-game hitting streak. He's 0 for 3 today. This might be his last at bat. Last chance to extend the streak to 9. First pitch on the outside. 0-1 the count. 94 on the gun on that fastball. Again, we do Padres emojis in. We do have Blue Jays emojis in as well. We could do a Blue Jays game on Saturday, depending on how you make the call. Goes Arise down the left field line, and he will extend his hitting streak. Arise gets on board with a 2-out double. Tying run is at the plate now. 9-game hitting streak. He's got a hit now in 11 of his last 12. Just the second hit for the Padres today after the Jays went to their pen in the 5th inning. And that will send Manny Machado up to bat. Machado, a series to forget, or a stretch to forget for him, I should say. He's 0 for 3 today. The first hit for the Padres at the top of the order. 1, 2, 3. That's the first time guys got on board for the Pods with a base hit. Machado, 2 for his last 22 over his last 6 games. Watches that one for a ball, 1-0. OKC wins it off to beat the Wolves and face the Knicks. If Thunder Pacers, I have no idea who wins that. Yep, neither do I. I don't know who's going to win. I really have no idea. Knicks are the team that would shock me the most at this point. But I have no clue. NBA is so wide open this year. I love it. 1-0. Machado, that's a weak pop-up. So weak pop-up, but is that going to fall in between everyone? No, it's not. Clement calls everyone off, makes it over his shoulder. And Manny Machado now 2 for his last 23. Pods leave another man on in scoring position. Shocker. I go bottom 8. 4-2. The Padres have not gotten a hit today with a runner in scoring position. The 2 runs that happened was a 2-run shot with a runner on first, so not scoring position. Garcia does his job, and assuming that's his only inning of work, that's now 19 of 21 games he's played that he is not allowed a run in. As the Blue Jays, 3 outs away from going to above 500 and getting the series sweep. It's the only time these teams will play this season. Clause Straw Heineman, 7-8-9 hitters due up here for the Jays in the bottom of the 8th. Appreciate all you guys being here. We're going to be live in 3.5 hours or thereabout as well for the Guards-Tigers game. That game starts at 6:40, 6:45. That is a 6:40 start time, so we'll be live for that at 6:40. Go live at 6:33. Starting lineups at 6:36, as we always do. MLB playoffs come as upset-driven as NHL's in the future? I think so. Well, upset-driven... Well, chaos-wise, no. Wait, hang on. Upset in terms of like 1s and 2s go down? No, I would say no on that. I would say no on that. Because there's a higher sample size in basketball versus hockey. In terms of number of possessions. But in terms of 3, 6, 4, 5 being unpredictable, yes. With the salary cap evening things out. Winding down the production of pennies? Thank God. Thank God. Pennies are so pointless. You're losing money on pennies. Especially with everything digital nowadays and like... No. Pennies should not exist. It makes no sense. That's how it should be. That's how it should be. You know? Pennies, there is literally no benefit to pennies. It costs more money to make them than they actually are worth. So if I'm perfect on my predictions, yeah, you are. You're doing all right so far. Matsui's done. Reynolds coming in for the 8th inning. Reynolds, this will be his 5th game of the season. Start of the year off in El Paso. He's been good his last 2 outings. Had a rough game against the Rockies, his first game. But Mariners series was pretty good. When 4 innings combined across the 2 games, 4 1/3, allowed no hits, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts. Starting to settle in. This Padres bullpen. This is his first outing of this series. He's at the bottom of the order here, which has been pretty good today. 1-1 the count. The opponent's going to stop. Yeah, they're pretty much going to stop being made, which is good. That's how it should be. Yeah, how do we still have him? That's a good question. That's a really good question. That I've not used a penny in ages. 2-1 the count. They literally cost more to make than they are worth. Daughter of salesman. Oh, God. Yep. Okay, my head's trying to sell me stuff. Yeah, there are ways to get rid of him. 2-1. Let me guess, Kirby Vacuum. Guessing it was a Kirby Vacuum. Used to people saying 3 or 4 teams squid championship in February. Now it's almost a dozen. Yeah, the parity's insane now. The new CBA has worked. That one in there for a cold strike 3-2. Numbers setting 5-0 going to be the norm. No, because a lot of people use credit card now. A lot of places only take credit card. They don't take cash. So, nothing's going to change with that. That's not going to be the norm. 5-0. 3-2. Just missed on the inside corner. That was close. That's going to be a leadoff walk for Clausen. He's on board yet again. Straw coming up. But there are a lot of places anyways that don't do cash. So nothing's going to change with that. It's not like things are going to get more expensive with the penny being phased out. Straw over 3 today. My 7-3 prediction happens. I'll drop a 20 spot for you. Want to get paid next month? All good, man. All good. That would take a lot. It would take Padres scoring around, Jays scoring 3, but we'll see. NBA more power than NHL and NFL in the future. I think with the salary cap, with the apron, the punishment for being the apron. I think NFL, yeah. I think more power than the NFL. NHL, I'd say no. 0-1. Upstairs, 1-1. Because NHL, one guy can't make a huge difference compared to NBA and NFL. Like NFL, you got the quarterback, you're competing. You don't have the quarterback, you're not competing. NBA, you need to start a win. You don't need a super team anymore, but you need to start a win. You do need to start a win. 1-1. Runner's going to go. And he's in successfully. Stolen base there. Not the best throw. It was well wide. Might have beaten him. It was well wide, and Clausen for a second stolen base of the year. So yeah, some states of Georgia ordinances. Yep. I don't blame him. Praise on the elderly. Definitely praise on the elderly. Yeah, not the best throw. Would have beat him. Probably would have beaten him. 2 on the count, though. Runner in scoring position now for the Jays. And try and bunt his way on. It's a pop-up bunt. Diving to make the play at third is Machado for the first out. Straw. What a rough day for him. 0 for 4. Double play. Pop-up bunt. Figured let's try to advance to the third, then just if anything, leave the infield and we're okay. But nope. Straw cannot do his job there. You know, warming up is Hoffman for the Jays. They're looking to get the save. Assuming the score stays in a save situation like this. Hyman, 2 for 3 today. He's going to try and bunt his way on. Back to the pitcher. And it's going to be a 1-3 out. So advance runner at third. I'm not sure why you're bunting there. With 1 out. And a guy that's got 2 hits already today. I'm not sure why you're bunting. A sack bunt there. Back to the top for Bichette. The runner was already in scoring position. So I don't know why you bunt on 1 out. I'm confused by that. The guy's got 2 hits. You're not moving him for a second. You're not moving him to scoring position. He's already in scoring position. So he's going on contact anyways with 2 out. Why are you bunting him to third? I can't say I understand that one. Bichette, breaking ball, first pitch in the first strike, 0-1. Bichette, 2 hits today. He's got multiple hits now in 7 of his last 11 games. Swing miss there, 0-2. Bichette hitting .347 over his last 12. Call the HOA in the solicitor neighborhood. Smart. That's one of the good things of HOAs. That's what they're for. 0-2, Bichette. Did not offer on the sweeper, 1-2. And Jeff Hoffman will come into the 9th for the Jays if all goes according to plan here. Bichette watches that fastball upstairs 2-2. Usually no solicitor sign that I 3D printed myself where he repels solicitor's way. Nice. That works. That works. Little's also warming up in the pen. So 2 guys now in the pen for the Jays. So which one they use? It was a righty and a lefty. Hoffman and Little both warming up. Bichette gonna chop it back to the pitcher. 1-3 out. Misplayed it at first by Reynolds, but it's okay with it. Allowed a leadoff walk, but no hits after that. Yeah, I don't know why they sack bunted with 1 out and a runner on second. Are they legally bunting? That's good. I did not know that. I did not know that. Here we know. Solicitors suck. Solicitors just suck. There we go. Top 9. Jays 3 outs away from completing the series sweep. The Padres have scored in 1 of 26 innings this series. What can they do here with Merrill, Sheets, and Cronenworth coming up? I will say the one bright side for the Padres is that the 2 guys that scored runs are due up here, Merrill and Sheets. We'll see which pitcher they bring in. Again, they had Hoffman, they had Little, righty and a lefty. How they want to play this. Again, if you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. Really does help us out on the channel. We're going to have a new video dropping in between the games today, so just keep that in mind. I was selling books. Just get on Amazon at that point. Right, as for personal information, you have how long you've been married, how long you've been on vacation. Yeah, that's awful. How long you've been on vacation is a red flag. That's like, oh, we're going to come into your house at that point. That's a, oh, this house is not occupied. Okay, like so much just broke right now. All good. All good. Don't worry about it. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Any donation counts. So do you make the call? You have until Friday to decide which game we're doing. Mets, Dodgers, Jays, Rays, or Guards, Tigers. Help me decide what we're doing Saturday night. Heartbreaking regular season game in MLB history that wasn't a game 163. Ooh. So, I'm just going to take that to mean also not like a 162. So, not September. We're going to say not a September game. So, not a game with playoff implications. I would say Braves-Pirates, the 19-inning game where you lose on a blown call. I mean, that was one of the worst calls ever. That 19 innings and you end it like that. Like that's terrible. The Braves-Pirates game. Not so we're just gonna take that to mean not playoff games. Or games that had no playoff implications, relatively speaking. Hoffman, the new pitcher. Hoffman played the first game of this series. Played the 9th inning of that 3-0 game. 1-0. So we missed 1-1. Come on with a tour. It could be a game 162. Just not 163. Ooh. Alright. In that case, it could be a game 162. Oh, in that case... I would say Red Sox-Orioles. I would say Red Sox-Orioles on that one. 2011. So the guys started on accept buyers. That's smart. Yep. Let's get him away. 3-1. Shoo him away. Hoffman's been struggling as of late. I will say, his last 5 outings, he's allowed 11 runs. A 19.8 ERA. This comes at Desert, LA. Fiction on that. Fiction. Vegas I like. I don't like LA, but I do like Vegas. So Hoffman's struggling as of late. Was pitching all right to start the year off. His first 14 games in an ERA of 110. But, again, his last 7 games, a 19.8 ERA. That official links from the title. They're looking good. Full count. And I'd say wild pitch. And Merrill will get on board with the leadoff walk. Not Braves Phillies 2011. Hey, Mets Marlins, that's a great one, too. That's a great one, too. Not Braves. I would say no, only because Orioles was a walk-off. So there are a few reasons for my decision there. A few reasons for my decision. Sheets up to bat. First pitch ring ball in the first strike. Hit the 2-run shot to right field in the second inning. I'd say a few reasons for that. Number 1, wasn't a walk-off. So it was tied in that inning. The Red Sox had the lead going into the bottom of the 9th. Number 2, The Cardinals blew out the Astros that day. They blew them out. So, the Braves won that game, we get 163. But that was never in doubt. I think it was like 9-0. I think it was 9-0. Or something like that. Yeah, Link said that was a weird foul call. We were calling that game too. That was a weird one. Sheets into right center. That's got a chance. We're tied up. Sheets, his second of the day. Hoffman, his struggles continue. They bring him in despite having an ERA of 20 over his last 7 games. And Sheets, for the second time, goes yard. We are all tied at 4. The Padres are not going away quietly. Gavin Sheets, you have to question bringing Hoffman in that spot. You just have to. His first multi-home run game of the season. And still nobody out. Cronenworth, first pitch in there. Well, I don't think they broke Hoffman because Hoffman had an ERA of 1 before May. May's been crap. Hoffman has allowed 13 runs in his last 5 innings of work. 1-1 the count. But the other thing, too, with the Red Sox-Orioles, you have to remember, Yankees-Rays is taking place at the same time. The Yankees had a commanding lead in that game. So you thought for sure, oh, we've got the lead, Yankees have the lead, we're going to be okay. We're gonna get the wild card. And then, nope, you don't even make it. Downstairs 2-1. It makes it heartbreaking in hindsight. I get it. I get it. 2-1 the count. So if we do the math on Hoffman, since May 6th, so I missed 2-2. Since that series against the Angels, where it's all falling apart, 13 earned runs, 5 innings, 8 games, ERA of 23.4. Yeah, went from being unhittable to unusable very quickly. Yep. He is struggling. He is struggling. I don't know why you bring him in that spot in a 2-run game. It's a liner, and the shift is on. So good job there making the play at Shores Bichette for the first out. Well hit ball, though, by Cronenworth. Well hit ball, though. That's send Diaz up to bat. Yankees blew a lead intentionally. I don't think they blew it intentionally. I don't think they blew it intentionally. First pitch, 0-1. Worst if you strike the ball into the ground every pitch. Pretty much. Worst if you balked on every pitch. 0-1 to Diaz. That one fouled off down the right field line, 0-2. So blown save here by Hoffman. The one-time All-Star. And for what would have been his 11th save of the season. And there is activity in the pen. Little is warming up. He was warming up before. Check swing to not offer, though. 1-2. Way outside, 2-2. I don't know if anyone else's Twitter is like just kind of broken right now. I'm trying to tweet someone out, but I can't even say anything. That one's way high. So Morotu looks at 3-2. Now these pitchers aren't even close. These are all junk pitches that no one's going to offer at. Diaz is trying to get on board. He's 0 for 3 today. Yep, tush push lives, baby. Tush push lives. The Jaguars voted for it. Swing and miss outside on the sweeper. Gone to chase. Back-to-back outs by Hoffman, trying to settle in after that 2-run shot to Sheets. And Sheets, remember, he had 2 home runs. He almost had a third. He had a third in the 4th inning. That was about a foot away from leaving. Sheets all 4 RBI today for the Padres. Fouled off 0-1. For Sheets, his first multi-home run game as a Padre, his first since August 30th, 2022 against the Royals. 0-1. Iglesias fouls it off. 0-2. Big waste of time, yep. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts. On a chase. But the damage is done. The Padres will play a bottom of the 9th. After Sheets keeps him in this one. With a 2-run shot, his second of the day, his first multi-home run game in 3 years, and what a time to get it. With their backs against the wall to avoid the sweep. Is Jungle Book the only Disney movie where live action was better than the original animated? I would say yes. I would definitely say yes on that one. I would say yes. But let's get rid of Iglesias. He has not been playing well as of late. He has not been playing good baseball as of late. This month he's really been struggling. He was 3 for 24 before this game this month. He's 4 for 28 in the month of May. It's not good. Knicks fans radio station musical react to the Halley shot that says, I did not know. No, I didn't see that. Wait. What was happening at Radio City last night? Wait, I need to see this. Oh, is it just a watch party? Oh, just a watch party at Radio City? Oh my god. Oh, that's what it was. I thought it was like a concert or something. Initially, Sheer thinking it was going to bounce off All-Be Sunshine when it went right in. I thought it was going to bounce off too. I think everyone did. That must be quite the atmosphere. A watch party Radio City. Man, been to Radio City many times. That's going to be someplace to watch a game. All right, Jason Am, the new pitcher. His first outing of this series. Vlad Varsho Barger. Swing and a miss on the first pitch. 0-1 the count. Right now for Sheets, they're always stripped. Absolutely. Tyrus Halbert overrated? No, nope. Not anymore, he ain't. Not anymore, he's not. Outside 1-1. That's not called before 1980? I know it was called Saturday. I think it was just Saturday night, right? Or was it just Saturday night? One. Vlad. Deep center field. At the track. And making the play is Merrill. So a long fly ball, but that's the first out. That'll send Varsho up to bat. He's 0 for 3 today. Looking to get it going. Varsho. 1 for 11 this series. That's it. Just 5 for his last 27. Do I know a lot about Arsenal? Oh, a fair amount. Not a ton, but a fair amount. NBC Saturday night, yep. Sitting just 185 over his last 7 games. Swings to the first pitch. Fouled off down the third base line, 0-1. Josh Harris wanted to be on the Twitch push shows teacher now in the 76ers. What? How does that make any sense? How does that make any sense? I mean, I get like Philly. I get that. Like a Philly team, it's a Philly owner voting against the interests of Philadelphia as a city. I get that, but different sports. Very different sports. Who benefits from the ring the most? 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Who benefits the most? Man. And they all benefit pretty well. I think Eagle's going to call. I think it's going to be Eagle and Blackledge, but I'm not sure on that one yet. I would say SGA because you cap off an MVP season with a ring. That would be just... I think he benefits the most, probably. 2-2 the count. Varsho will chop it to first. Covering the bag is Adam. It's a 3-1 out. I want to pump you up. Oh. Was it Hans and Franz? That was Hans and Franz, right? That was Hans and Franz. So Varsho over 4 this game again. Just 1 for 12 this series. Barger, the last chance for the Jays. Otherwise, we got extras. Barger 3 for 4 today. His first 3-hit game of the season. That's correct. Let's go, baby. Which old player reminds me of SGA? Ooh. Oh no. I runs me like. I feel a lot harder in this game in terms of how he baits for fouls. Right, just walking up home and gets the win, which is insane to me. 2-0 downstairs. Domingo with the next SNL sketch or feature film? No. No. Where could you possibly go with that? Where could you possibly take a Domingo sketch? 2-0. To a full-length movie. 2-1, pitch. Sweeper inside and swing at that one. Because the whole point is that the guy finds out how, like, it barely, like, more than 5 minutes is a lot for Domingo. A 90-minute sketch would be insane. 2-2. Best SNL cast ever. Oh, God. Man. I mean, the mid-2000s were stacked. The Will Ferrells were great, but the mid-2000s were also stacked. Cowboys switch less FC. So I'm going to say fact on that one. Yeah, Tigers are great. Tigers are great. I don't think they have the best record in the AL, but they're great. Barger fouls it off. Great pitching, great hitting. Torque's playing well. Baez is playing well. I think they were sellers of the deadline last July, and I think they've won like 65% of their games since the deadline last year. Yeah, right now they're the best team in baseball. 2-2. Lays it off 3-2. Any current sketch that I see turning into a film? I think that's the thing in the past. We haven't seen one since MacGruber. Those are usually critically panned at the box office. They're like the mid-budget movie is not doing well at the box office anymore. I think that's the thing in the past. A guy with the intelligence of 6 type of animals. Brian Fellows' Safari Planet with Tracy Morgan. Oh man, I love that one. I love that one. 3-2. Oh my god, I love that sketch. Brian Fellows' Safari Planet is, oh my god. I think that's Tracy Morgan's best sketch. His best recurring thing. They're Astronaut Jones. The theme song Astronaut Jones is great. But the actual, the best sketch is Brian Fellows. Bill Harris, Stefan. Oh, that's easy. 3-2. Adams, swing and a miss. Foul. We stay alive. I love when Eddie Murphy played Tracy Morgan on Black Jeopardy. It was like he played Tracy perfectly. On First and Came in, Laura? Oh, yeah. Going back for that one. 3-2. That one shot foul. Barger stays alive again. Get a 3-hit outing for him. First time ever he's gotten 3 hits in a game in the major league level. Again, the 25-year-old, his second year in the majors. Hey, Tigers have to root for them tonight just because penciling Tigers AL Central champions are ready to Cleveland lose for the Twins wildcard hunt. I feel that. 3-2. Outside, and Barger, after a long at-bat, will get on board. The winning run is on base. Giants and Jets do a SNL schedule release style at some point. I can see that at some point, yeah. Whereas the Giants and Jets, usually social media team kind of sucks for schedule release, so they're not that creative. Top 4 teams in the polls get top 4 seeds, good or bad. I'm okay with it. I just don't get why they would vote for it, because it goes against the interests of the smaller conferences. Clement, 0 for 4. Today. Why does that one 1-0? Barger on board for the 4th time. He has 1 stolen base this year if they want to get him in scoring position. The 1-0 to Clement. Check swing. Did he go? He did not. I'm going to say it was outside the zone. McDermott doesn't beat the Chiefs. He's fired. Fiction. I think fiction on that. I'm going to say fiction. Appreciate all you guys tuning in. If you like what you see, folks, hit that like button. Subscribe. 2-0. Clement, did he offer that time? I think he did that time. No, he did not. Wow. He did not offer that time. Back to that close plays where first base ump says he didn't go. 3-0 the count to Clement. Lucas in the on-deck circle. Clement, when getting ahead 3-0 this season, has gone on 60% of the time. And he'll increase that average here. It's a 4-pitch walk. Back-to-back walks issued by Adam. He's thrown 5 straight balls. And just like that, mound visit here. Let's go, Miles. Everyone in chat, appreciate you tuning in. The weekend update when Lord Michaels returned in 80. Oh, I don't know that one. I do not know that one. But we don't have against the Chiefs yet, but I don't think they fire him. Warming up in the pen right now. Looks like it's Suarez. He's already gone 3 batters. But Lucas. He's 0 for 2 today. Hitless in 5 of his last 6 games. Can he walk it off? Glad with the chance Meatballs film franchise most stacked in terms of MA Films SNL's cast members. I think so, yeah. I think so on that one. Oh, was Dennis Miller? Oh, wow. 85 was like a transitional year. 85 was like... The show was on huge, thin ice. Extra innings? We'll see. We'll see. Right now, Lucas 0 for 2 today. Adam has thrown 5 straight balls. Gets a strike there, though. On the breaking ball. 1-0 the count. Appreciate all you guys being here. If you like what you see, like and subscribe. Really does help us out a ton on the channel. Can the Jays walk it off? There is a base open. No. No. Lucas! That is a fly ball into right field. An easily playable up there for Tatis. I've been to Niagara Falls. I've been to Toronto. And we are going to the top of the 10th. Lucas leaves 2 on. Little's going to come in. Manfred runner rules apply. It's been that long since Lunch 87. Yeah. Copper is just a nightmare for baseball. But timing-wise, it's just a lot. I wish I could make videos all the time. I really do. I really wish I could just make videos all the time. It was deadpan, yeah. Style can work, but not all the time. So you're going to start with a runner in scoring position, which is bad news for the Padres. But they got Hayward, Tatis, Arise, with Iglesias as the ghost runner. Or Manfred runner, whatever you want to call it. If you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe. I'll put another poll up, because why not? I'll have a new video dropping in between the 2 games. I was thinking about doing overtime in between the games, but I don't think it's possible now if this game's going extras. But we'll see. We will see. Don't know yet. I don't know. You wouldn't bank on it, seeing as this game is extras. And who knows? We've called a few extra inning games this year. We have called a few. And Blue Jays are going to get above 500. Looking to get the series sweep. They were in a good spot. It was 4-2. They put Hoffman in, though, with his 20 ERA in the last 7 games. Backfired on them. Is now Brendan Little, the new pitcher. Pitched on Monday. Or excuse me, pitched on Tuesday, I should say. The first game of the series. Allowed 1 hit, 1 strikeout. He has been money. Which again raises the question why you put Hoffman in the last one, because his last 10 games, he's gone 10 1/3 and he's allowed no runs. The guy that's allowed no runs in his last 10, or the guy that's allowed a 20 ERA in his last 7. Gee, tough call. Don't know what I was thinking there. First pitch, down low, 1-0 the count. Xander Bogaerts, the new hitter. Coming off the bench, replacing Hayward. Can he advance the runner? He might do more than that. Can he beat it out? He cannot. Runner will advance 90 feet, though, on the chopper to third. That's the first out. So Bogaerts, 0 for 4 this series. Now we'll send Tatis up to bat. We're back to the top of the order. You got to rise on a double play earlier. Do you walk Tatis here, potentially set up another double play? Then again, the top of the order is not done anything for Pods today. Tatis 0 for 3. 1 hit this series in the dirt, 1-0. I'll just tag out Iglesias in a force out. You couldn't tag him. I'm trying for a double play. What? Huh? No, it was a... Well, because it was off the base path. It wasn't a... It was a chopper to the shortstop, but the shortstop was on the infield grass. The chopper was on the infield grass. He wasn't going to get the tag out. Google VO3, I have no idea what that is, but just anything AI I'm skeptical of nowadays. Double play, you're not getting a double play there. 2-0 the count. I don't think they're going to teach anything good. I don't think they're going to give him anything good with first base open. I saw a sweet pitch in there, 2-1. Tagging Iglesias, you're not going to be able to tag him. There was nowhere to tag. There was nowhere to tag. It was a chopper. It was a chopper to the infield part of the grass. You're not getting Iglesias out. Iglesias is on the dirt. The chopper's ahead of him, so unless you somehow run backwards and freeze time, you're not going to be able to make that play. 2-1. Right, it wasn't a hold the runner situation. It wasn't one of those. That one in the dirt, 3-1. It was never an option to do that. The Padres have not hit the ball with runners in scoring position well at all. Bogaerts couldn't do it. Tatis ahead in the count, 3-1. Swing and a miss. Full count to Tatis. On a full count, Tatis this season getting on base 47% of the time. Beautiful off-speed pitch there. Now we're throwing a lot of fastballs by Tatis. Bring him with the off-speed stuff. And another off-speed pitch. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikes. Padres are not good with runners in scoring position. They're the second worst team in baseball with runners in scoring position. And it's going down after this series. First pitch to Arise. Got a hit last time to extend his streak to 9 games. How's it going, Jax? Welcome to the chat. Appreciate you tuning in. 1-0 the count. Appreciate you being here. So we call this scheme, which is right now in extra innings. We have a new make the call as well. We got Florida team in there. The Blue Jays. Off speed in there. 1-1 the count down the middle. The runners in scoring position woes continue for the Pods. All 4 runs did not come with runners in scoring position. It came with the runner on first. Can Arise break that slump? Maybe he can! Into center field! And finally, the Padres have a run with a guy in scoring position. Arise, back-to-back hits for him. Playing red-hot baseball as of late. 2 for 5 this game. Arise, 10 for his last 22. He's hitting .455 over his last 6 games. And he gives the Pods the go-ahead RBI. Got everything baggage claim 1 out. Summerzan picks up. Nice. I'll have a good time in California. I'll have a really good time. Runner on first. It's an unearned run. So obviously the runner started second. Machado 0 for 4 today. He's a guy that's struggling as of late. 1-1 the count here. And Manny Machado, over 4 today. He is just 2 for his last 23. Over his last 6 games, it's a man who's hitting .087. Fouled off 1-2. Driscoll resigned to become associate coach at Kansas State. Wow. We have breaking Dolphins news. You got to be kidding me. You're kidding me. You're kidding me. We have breaking news on the Dolphins. 2-2. Oh my, Miami, what the heck are you doing? The Dolphins got a new quarterback. The Dolphins have signed a quarterback. 2-2. Chop to third. Machado 0 for 5. Today as that'll be a 5-3 out. Trevor Horizon only 25. Nice. Pods get a run. They finally get something with scoring position. The Dolphins have signed Blaine Gabbert. I am not kidding. The Dolphins, Gabbert is now a Dolphin. Oh my God. Why? Why on earth? Wait, hang on. Time out. Did I already mistype? Never mind. False alarm. It's the wrong Gabbert. Time out. It's the wrong Gabbert. Already mistyped. That's a big typo to make. Never mind. Take 2. Already mistweeted. It's Brett Gabbert. It's his son. It's his brother. Okay. That makes more sense. Okay. Ari said it was Blaine Gabbert. It's Brett Gabbert. That makes more sense. Okay. Okay, never mind. That makes more sense. I was going to say Blaine Gabbert. Why the heck would Blaine... Yeah. He's not good either, but at least he's not Blaine Gabbert. Okay, that makes a bit more sense. Robert Suarez, the new pitcher, in for the Pods. He'll inherit the runner on second, the ghost runner, the Manfred runner, whatever you want to call it. Suarez, last time pitch was May 14th. Against the Angels. Went 1 inning, 2 strikeouts. 20 games this year. He's allowed no runs in 18 of them. That's the good news. The bad news is that he's 2 start outings away from that game against the Angels, that 9-5 loss in the 9th, where he allowed 5 runs and walked 4 guys. Tyler Wade is now in left, replacing Bogarts. Yeah, the other guy, right? Yes. Yeah, that's a bad typo by Ari. That was a bad typo by Ari. That makes a lot more sense. First pitch. Chop to the middle, base hit. We're all tied up. We are all tied up. Suarez. First pitch, and Lucas will score. Clase gets the RBI single. And just like that, that lead was short-lived. What a game this has been. Jays tied up the middle. And Suarez 2 outings removed from that game against the Angels on May 12th, where he allowed 5 runs, walked 4. They lost 9-5. Blaine didn't retire. He just stinks. Blaine just stinks. He didn't play last year, but he didn't officially retire. And Straw is out, which he has been terrible today. So George Springer, the new batter, he'll take over in center field. Or he'll be the DH and we'll move Varsho to center field if it goes to the 11th. They might do a double switch. I could see that. But Springer, the former Astro, I was about 5 was in until I realized it was typo. Yeah, Breck Ever, that's fine. That's fine. I was very confused why he was playing at first. Yeah, that was a bad title by Ari. 0-1 the count. Springer, 2 for 4 last game against the Pods. Snapped what was a 5-game hitless streak for him. Hitting just 188 over his last 19 games, but might be getting something going after the 2 for 4 outing yesterday against San Diego. We'll see what happens tomorrow tonight. We will see. Marlins don't play today. I guarantee the Marlins will not lose. I guarantee the Marlins will not lose. Springer into center field. That will be the first out. Yeah, I was going to say, I guarantee they don't lose. Because they got to go to the West Coast, yeah. Signing Nick Broker to a 1-year contract. Huge news. Well, he almost got a sweep. No. I don't think so. Although, what's the score of that game right now? Oh, 2-0 A's. Yeah, 2-0 A's in that one. 2-0 A's in that one. Yeah, no, I think the A's hold on. Kirk is coming up, replacing Heineman. So Alejandro Kirk. Gonna start emptying the bench, playing some of the guys that weren't playing before. Usually starters, but now in do or die time, why not? Kirk 0 for 3 so far this series. Watches the first pitch in their first strike, 0-1. Appreciate all you guys tuning in for this one. If you like what you see, folks, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you subscribe, helps the channel a ton. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Kirk 0 for 5 this series. It's been a series to forget for him. Have a day off, but now he's coming in the 9th spot. Fisher warming up in the pen for the Jays, meanwhile. Kirk just 167 over his last 6 games. He's behind 0-2 here. Suarez delivers. Half-hard swing foul on the first base line. 1-2 the, or 0-2 the count still, I should say. Yeah, if you remember, we do emojis in the chat for the Padres and for the Blue Jays, so just keep that in mind. I don't think we're not going to do overtime for this game, just because I wanted to, but extra innings, I got to get this video out. So 0-2. Kirk fouls it off again down the first base line. We stay alive. Oh, 2 ripped into left field. That's a base hit for Kirk. His first hit of this series. Ramirez on first and second. What sketch comedy? Oh, that was Mad TV. That was Mad TV. Some great skits there. Fisher's going to go the 11th if it gets there. Bichette in the 1 spot. The winning run is in scoring position. First pitch, did he offer? He did not. 1-0 on that one inside. Bichette 2 for 5 today. He's got multiple hits each of his last 2 games. Waters down for a strike. 1-1. He can score on a hit. He can. Absolutely. He is super fast. He can score on a hit. We don't know yet. We don't know the cause yet. We do not know the cause yet. That one way inside. Almost hit him. 2-1. Almost hit him. Duck out of the way of that one. Bichette, his career in extra innings, gets on base 30% of the time. 2-1. Bichette. Fouled off down the right field line. 2-2. Vlad is in the on-deck circle. If it gets to that point. Clause had the RBI to tie this thing on the first pitch, right up the middle. 2-2. In there for strike 3. Suarez gets his first strikeout of the game. With 2 out, that's going to send Guerrero up to bat. If a pitch should be all back to base penalty. Nah, I'm fine with the way it is right now. I'm fine with it the way it is now. You're telling me a slider misses and hits your foot? That's 2 bases? Nah. Vlad 0 for 4 today. In there on the fastball, down low, 0-1 the count. Vlad gets on 45% of the time in extra innings. Very clutch in these spots normally. He looks at that one for a strike, 0-2. That would change the whole game, though. That would discourage people from throwing inside. Try to jam some up inside, you miss, and then you hit a guy and it's 2 bases. That would suck. 0-2. Shanahan's out. Ooh. Not got the update on that yet. 0-2, Vlad. Weak fly ball into right field. We will go to the 11th. Suarez allows a run. Allow the Manfred runner. We will go top 11 as Vlad 0 for 5 today. Appreciate all you guys tuning in. I will say we are definitely not doing overtime this game. Because, yeah, this is, I would have done overtime if the game ended at 12 or 3:30 Eastern time. I would have done if it was like a 2.5 hour game. But, obviously, over 3 hours, can't really do that here. Put another poll up. Who wins this game? Who wins it? Appreciate all you guys tuning in for this one. We're going to be live for Tigers Guard Slayer tonight as well. They stay uninjured, it's a walk, but if they get hurt and have to be removed from the game, it's a double. Alright, what if you can fake an injury, though? Fake an injury? I'm going to have to get an MRI? Alright. Okay, so what about runners on first and second, bottom of the 9th, you bring in a pinch hitter. Bring in a pinch hitter, first and second. Bottom of the 9th, tie game. You get hit, just stay on the ground. Just stay on the ground at that point. Like, ow, I broke something. Ow. And then they're totally fine. Now you're rewarding acting and flopping. And, well, that's the game at that point. How long will this game go? I think it's going to go 12. Yeah, I think that's a way too complicated thing I'm on. I think it's a way too complicated situation. And if you are a member, we have emojis in chat. $50 by one person. I'll do any song on that list they want me to. Any song on that list. I will do it. No questions asked. wants to stick it out loud because I'm already doing that because someone already gave me a 50 for that a few streams ago. So unless you want me to do it twice. If it was $50 or more, let me know. I will do it. Only allowed in advance if there was intent. Yeah, intent's tough to prove. Intent is very tough to prove. Come on with tour. Have a game if it's saying a $50,000 fine. What? Sometimes wait. What? But sometimes things seem painful at first, and then they're not as bad afterwards. Well, like I'll put it this way, like you ever get a Charlie horse at night? First pitch in there for a strike, it's painful. You get a Charlie horse, it's absolutely painful. You feel like you're gonna die. You feel like someone shot you. So you get removed from the game with a Charlie horse. But obviously, you're fine 10 minutes later. For those 10 minutes, you're in agony. 0-2, swing and a miss on pitch in the dirt. Like I don't think that I don't know how that would work. Plus 50,000 is nothing to these teams. You'd sacrifice one for 50K easily. 0-2. Like a World Series game, you take the $50,000 fine, but you get the but also different doctors say different things. Different doctors. There's a reason that some teams fail, or some players fail physicals with one team, but not with others. Different doctors have different opinions. I don't know how you enforce that. 0-2. That's a fly ball by Merrill into left center field, backing up by the track, and at the track making the play for the first out. Machado will advance 90 feet. Oh, but he's not back on the bag in time. Whoa, Machado was very lackadaisical there. That's to go back to the bag. Whoo, man. Machado was very lackadaisical with that. And Varsho almost caught him. That'll be the first out, though. I think Varsho's out in center now. Just double check on that. No, Lucas moves to center. Springer's in right. Varsho's still the DH. First pitch in there for a called strike 0-1. That was very close. Sheets 2 for 4. 2 home runs. His first ever multi-homer game as a Padre. First multi-homer game in 3 years. They blow this thing open. The 0-1. Last time was the 9th inning. Had the 2-run shot to tie it. That's why we're here. 1-1. Has been missed within 15 minutes? Downstairs 2-1. What? 15 minutes? That is like an insane amount of time. Yeah, I put Sheets. Yeah, I'm right there with you. You have first base open. You got the double play potentially. With Cronenworth. There's activity in the pen. Estrada's warming up. We got a righty and a lefty for the Padres in the pen. Well, yeah, what if there's not hospitals? Yeah. So it's like the Domino's like 30 minutes or less, your pizza's free. That one base hit for Sheets. They pitched to him for some reason. And he gets his 3rd hit of the game, his 5th RBI today. And the Padres take a 6-5 lead. A lot of the decisions today for Toronto have not paid off. Managerial-wise. And the Padres back in front. Back-to-back innings now. They've gotten a run with the guy in scoring position. Every team must have MRI equipment. And they want a $2 million fine per year. What if the game's at a temporary venue? What if the game's in what if it's like a London game or Mexico game? 0-1 downstairs, 1-1. What's one of those games? Or if it's like a situation like the Rays right now, where they're in a temporary ballpark. 1-1 to Cronenworth. He's over 2 today. He'll swing and miss 1-2 on the pitch inside. Padres were down 4-2 in the 9th. Sheets. 2-run shot. I just give the Pods the lead again in the 11th. His 3rd hit of the day. His 5th RBI. Downstairs 2-2. Should the camera equipment teams in London, Mexico? Yeah, but what if they don't? What if they don't? Technically not an MLB stadium. What about Williamsport? Okay, what about Williamsport? The Little League Classic. The Little League Classic. What if it's one of those games? The Little League Classic in Williamsport. 2-2. That one shot foul. The Field of Dreams game. What about Field of Dreams? Well, the Field of Dreams game. You're playing in the middle of a cornfield. So how do we go from intentional walk to ban a team from being 15 miles away from an ocean? How do we go from that? 2-2. Cronenworth fouls off down the third baseline. We stay alive. Like, how do we go to that? I don't get how we went to that. Like, this is the path we're going down. Yeah, no. The logistics don't work. Yep, right there with you. I'm right there with you. Swing and a miss downstairs, but nope. You're going to say you got a piece of that one. So you got a piece of that one. Stay alive at 2-2. I'm right there with you, everything. I'm right there with you. Two. Cronenworth watches that one downstairs. Count is full. Diaz in the on-deck circle. Are they... 2020 because of COVID! They didn't have because of COVID! There was no Little League World Series in 2020. What? 3-2. Fouled off. Stay alive. But they didn't happen in 2020 because we didn't know if the season was going to be played. This season on a full count, getting on base 40% of the time. It's Cronenworth. Right, it literally didn't happen in 2020 because of COVID. I was saying the international games for the NFL didn't happen in 2020. Yeah, because no one was traveling outside the country because of COVID. 3-2. Cronenworth. That one ripped into left field, but lined directly to Clause for the second out. Well hit ball, but right at him for the second out. Fisher going to come into the game. As a long outing for him is done. Chairman of dumb decisions. Yeah, putting Hoffman in, I did not get that at all. I'm with you on that one, everything. I'm with you on that one. All right, let me just get a refill of water. Yeah, if you like what you see, folks, hit the like button, subscribe. I'm not going anywhere, just scan a water. Well, I think it's card Jags. Not yet. I have to figure out who I'm going with, what the game plan is, but I'll be going. Give me a second here. Give me a second. All right. You want Jags home games? Probably not. Probably not this year. Probably not. It's about 100, but yeah, but what if it's like an ephus? Or not an ephus. What if it's, what if it's an ephus? Like 50 miles an hour. Or a slider. Like it happens. It happens. All right. Fisher coming in. Little's day is done. It's not got more than 30 pitches today outing this season out of the pen, so figured it was near the end of his rope. Fisher, his 5th game of the season. 5th game ever in the majors. Last time out against the Tigers, went 1 1/3, 2 hits allowed, no runs. He's not allowed to run yet so far in his major league career. 1-1. So far this season, he's allowed 3 hits in 5 innings, 6 strikeouts. So a very good job finding the zone. 49 of his 65 pitches been for strikes. So he does not mess around, guys. He has not walked a batter this year. Won't walk Diaz, as it's a routine pop-up into center field. Shallow center underneath it for the 3rd out. Will be Lucas. Pods leave a man on, but Sheets does his job, getting his 5th RBI of the game, and it's 6-5. We'll see who comes on for the Pods in the 11th. Suarez pitched the 10th. Who's going the 11th to face the heart of the order? Let's make sure I have the right people in for this. Yes, yeah, there we go. All right. If you like what you see, folks, hit that like button, subscribe, and help us let the team hit today. The limit does not exist. The limit does not exist. 6-5 the score. Blue Jays are going to get the sweep. Down by 1, but I'll start with the runner in scoring position. The Manfred runner. Possible for the Red Sox to sell a potential blow it up if it keeps going like this. I don't think so. I don't think they're going to. I don't think they will. If they make changes, it'll be in the offseason. Won't be mid-season. I'd be very, very surprised. Okay, we're not doing overtime for this game just because this game has already gone extra innings. Varsho, Barger, Clement. The 3-4-5 hitters. Appreciate all you guys being here for this one. And again, all members can use emojis. Estrada will be pitching. How's it going, man? Welcome to chat. Appreciate you tuning in. We're in the bottom of the 11th here. To Estrada replacing Suarez as the new pitcher. Jeremiah Estrada. Last time he pitched was yesterday. Went 1 1/3. Threw 20 pitches yesterday, so back-to-back days pitching for him. He'll be tasked to close this one out. And get what would be his first save of the season and just his 2nd ever Major League save. Vlad is the runner on 2nd. 1-0 the count. Varsho 0 for 4 today. Estrada's not allowed to run in 7 of 8 outings this month. Did have that game against the Angels. We were allowed 2 in the 7th, but this month, for the most part, been pretty solid. That's a base hit down the first base line. Varsho 0 for 4, not anymore. A leadoff double. And for the 2nd straight, actually leadoff triple, Varsho hustles into 3rd. Dalton Varsho hustles into 3rd. And just like that, the Jays have tied it with a winning run 90 feet from scoring. His first triple of the season. What a time to get it. The hustle by Varsho. That just stayed in the corner down the first base line. Varsho had 7 triples last year for the Jays. And he gets in there easily without even a throw. They'll intentionally walk Barger. Sets up a double play if there's 1 out. Obviously, no outs can really go for the double play here. This is how it would end the game. But, let's have a double play later on. If it gets that point. Clement 0 for 4 today. Can he be the hero? Mound visit here with Estrada. 6-all. Sack fly ends it. Anything out of the infield ends it. So all Clement needs to do, and the Blue Jays will get the sweep. In a wild game. The Jays play the Rays after this. And one ended here, so I don't have to deplete the pen any more than they've already been depleting it. In his career, Clement, 308 on base percentage in extra innings. Padres after this have a series against the Braves. Right, AL East is so weak that they might buy. They could, yeah. Clement, first pitch. Pops it foul, 0-1. Should note, this is the third batter because they did intentionally walk Barger, so this is the third batter. The 0-1. Clement lifts it into right. That should be deep enough for Varsho with his speed. He's not going to go. They will not send him. It's a great throw in right by Tatis, and Clement's 0 for 5. And that'll be the first out. They do not send Varsho. It was about 280 in terms of distance. They decide not to send him. Third base coach holds him. Now we'll send Lucas up to bat. And now you can get a double play, a 6-4-3 or a 4-6-3. You can get the double play. So rest of tomorrow's fiction. Fiction. He's been all right this season. He's been fine this year. First pitch in there for a strike. Again, Estrada, his 8 outings this month. He has not allowed to run in 7 of them. This month, before this game, 6 2/3 at 2.70 ERA. I mean, he's fine. He's fine. 0-1 the count to Lucas. Outside 1-1. Claus in the on-deck circle. Then keep the line moving here. And we're not doing overtime because obviously this game is already gone on very, very long. And I got to get a video out. To say we're coming in between the games. Not thinking it would go 11. 1-1. Swing and a miss by Lucas on the fastball outside. 1-2. They got the leadoff runner on third. They do not send Varsho. On the fly ball to right. After the great throw by Tatis, they decide not to send him. And the Padres hold on. 1-2. Lucas fouls it off down the third base line. We stay alive. One, two. Did not offer. High on the fastball there, 2-2. This game has been 3 hours and 31 minutes thus far. Final game of this series. Winning run, 90 feet away. The 2-2 by Estrada, upstairs, full count. A walk isn't the worst thing in the world necessarily, because you can get the force at home on a ball in the infield. Lucas 0 for 3 today. Hitless in 5 of his last 6 games. He'll ground it for a base hit! That's your ball game! Goes by the shortstop, goes by Iglesias, and Lucas walks it off. The Jays get the sweep. Final score, Toronto 7, San Diego 6. The Jays are going to the Rays series, a game above 500, as Lucas walks it off. They score 2 in the bottom of the 11th. Varsho with the game-tying RBI triple, his first triple of the year, and he scores the game-winning run. The 5 RBI outing by Sheets, all for nothing. And Lucas Noon, as soon as he hit it, found the gap, past the shortstop. Weak contact on that one, but doesn't matter. Does not matter. That's your ball game. Toronto takes it. It is time to party. Bring out the brooms. The Jays get the sweep. Final score, Toronto 7, San Diego 6. All right, here's the game plan. A new video is going to be dropping in the next 2 hours. So I'm going to get that out. New video drop in the next 2 hours. We'll do the Guardians game against the Tigers at 6:40 Eastern time. We'll be live for that at 6:33, so make sure you're here for that. If you like what you see, folks, make sure you like and subscribe. I normally would do extra innings or overtime, but considering this game was 3.5 hours, I can't do it because I gotta get the video out. Life is torment. Oof, yeah, rough game for the Padres. Rough series for the Padres. But I got a series against the Braves. We'll see if they bounce back this weekend. If you want to see more Jays games, you make the call option until Friday. Jays Rays potentially Saturday night. We will see. Right now, Mets Dodgers is the lead in that. But be here for the Guardians Tigers game in 2 hours' time. We'll have some fun with that one. Appreciate all you guys tuning in. GG9 signing off. Watch the new video that drops in the next 90 minutes, and I will see you guys in 2 hours for the Guardians Tigers game. Take care, and see you guys soon.